on Twitch, so it might take a little bit longer, and we're not gonna have as many people here, which is unfortunate because I got Nintendo Ninjas took me out, man. They took out my channel.
Yeah, well, OJ, quick question. Since we're on Twitch, we can use as much curse words as possible, correct?
No, because this will be up on YouTube soon.
I know. I was buzzing your job.
No, because it'll be up on YouTube soon. And YouTube's crazy, by the way. I'm not sure if you guys are getting those notifications about child whatever
Copa.
act.
Yeah, it's crazy on the beta, on the YouTube beta.
Yeah.
Wait, huh? Wait a
Copa.
minute.
The YouTube beta asks you for each video of if it's suitable for children.
Unless you change it on your channel.
You can change it on your channel, but then you can also change it on each video too. So it's like
Yeah, I'm just
Really?
personally gonna keep it all adults because what I heard is for the kids, it's like 12 and under. Like
No,
that's what it's
it's like if you're making stuff like hey Mickey Mouse and stuff, like if you're legit
yeah.
making stuff
course.
for children, like it's like
Like
this is
Flamingo.
Yeah, like baby stuff and all that. You know, like children stuff. Like all the stuff that we
Like
do
Blue's
is not
Clues.
made for children. Children can watch it, but it's not made for children.
Supposedly Salt
So
and Pepper
what does
from
that?
Blue's Clues
So
have
what
like
does
4
that
kids,
do
by the
to
way.
you?
At
Just
certain
wanna mention
ads
that.
won't run on for children. Wait, hold up. You're muted, Abaddon.
He probably didn't even know.
There you go. No, I muted. I was typing. No, what I was saying is no ads. Actually,
Yeah.
it's actually no ads. It's a $42,000 fine, and yeah, it's. I would say the whole
Yeah, 42,000 is wild.
it's $42,000 fine, up to $42,000, and on top of that, they said anything that could encourage children or could be for children. So that's up for interpretation. That could mean anything from like Flamingo, like Shadow Fox just said, or that could even mean Mario, if you want to really take it there.
It's a meme.
Wait. I'm confused. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the whole the FCC thing that YouTube's going by. If you rate your videos, so basically the safe route is make sure you say your videos are not suitable for children. It's not intended for children.
That protects you on
How
on
the
everything.
fuck do you have a $42,000 fine?
I don't have a full.
I don't know, but I don't want to find
I ain't
out.
saying you got one, but there's no way you can penalize somebody $42,000 damn dollars.
Yeah, you
I
can.
don't know.
If
I
you
guess you can.
if you break the rules, because here's the problem. The problem is this. The problem is that
Remember Momo?
we've had
I
exactly.
remember Momo, of course. I remember that.
The problem is that, and the problem is the Disney Gate or whatever. I remember one time, like my daughter, she was watching all sorts of weird cartoons that were showing like popular Disney characters like kill each other and stuff. I'm like, what the? I'm like, give me this. I had to get rid of all that crap. I'm like, so it's that the Disney Gate or Elsa Gate. They call it Elsa Gate. Elsa Gate, Momo, all that stuff caused this to happen. You know,
So
Yeah.
So it's some bullshit, basically.
Basically,
I'd rather get 3 strikes on my channel than get $42,000 fine.
100%.
Come on.
100%.
Oh,
Dumbest shit I've
100%.
ever heard.
Like, I don't know what they
I mean,
think.
$42,000.
It sounds like that they're running out of money.
$42,000
That's what it
fine
sounds
is
like.
steep. I'm just like, yo, bro, I'm just
Like,
going
who
to work
the
on
hell has
McDonald's for a day.
$42,000 damn dollars?
Just spare lying around. Like, oh, hey, let me just open my cupboard right here. Oh,
Yeah.
there's $42,000. Like,
Maybe-
no,
maybe
there
like
isn't.
Pewds.
Yeah, so I would encourage you guys, if you haven't already, go to like the settings, go to advanced settings. No, set this channel is not made for kids.
Yeah.
Yep.
But anyway,
And I can, yeah,
When did they update that?
this week.
Yesterday, you get an email. Everyone got an email.
Oh, I didn't read it. Nobody
you
reads
probably-
that
you
shit.
probably-
So they should probably put that out there.
who cares about all that? Let's actually get into the introductions. Just y'all research
fine.
that.
I
on your
forgot. I forgot we even started.
own. Yeah,
Yeah, we're
already-
live.
We already started.
Well,
Introductions
it took a
are right
while,
above
Bob.
me. Baron, how you doing today, my man?
I'm doing wonderful. You know what I mean? Keely announced that the nominations coming. So one way or the other, Tuesday,
Asshole
either
Chain Gang.
Smash Ultimate.
Tuesday.
I'm making a video. Smash Ultimate needs to win Game of the Year based off of their criteria. It needs to
Nah,
win.
It's
Game
not
of
even gonna be there.
It-
They
what's
said it's
gonna
gonna be there. It's
happen?
not.
What's
Well,
gonna
we'll talk
happen
about this. Abaddon, what's up, Abaddon? You're in the center here, front and center. How you doing tonight, my man?
Man, I'm chilling. Yeah, I'm chilling. I'm getting ready to stream Pokemon Pokemon Shield after this. So yeah, I'm excited.
Shout outs.
Ain't nobody asked you, Baron.
Baron's mad that we're playing a good game. Dude legit admits it's a good game, but we can't. But he's mad that we're playing. I don't understand this logic. He says it's a good game, but he's mad. VC's here. What's up, VC?
What's up? I've been doing all right. Just been busy, but I'm getting an Elgato capture card tomorrow, which is gonna be dope. Can't wait for that.
Should be fun.
And
the Elgato capture card S. Are you getting a 60S?
60S.
Yep.
Yeah.
The 60.
Good job. Nice. Your life is going to change.
Oh, I can't wait. I plan to stream a bunch of different games this Saturday. That's why I plan. So, because of course tomorrow I need to practice, see how it looks, all that kind of stuff.
Got to test.
Got to test it out.
Make your layout, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, and below that is Shadow Fox. Shadow Fox, how you doing tonight, my man?
Hey, what's going on, guys? I also have a HD 60S, which I got a little bit last year. And I uploaded a little bit of footage of me playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2 with it as well. Basically milking Infinite Overdrive in that game. So you would have saw it in the last video that I uploaded. Anybody know who Super Metal Dave is?
Yeah, you had a very interesting last video. Yeah.
I was gonna mention that before we started.
Very interesting last video. I mean, I would love to have Dave on, man. I don't think he watches, but I'd love to have him on. That'd be great for you guys to have the actual, like, that'd be the showdown. That'd be like, that's something that I really want to do. Like, I'll just talk about tech and see what's up. But I don't know if he's gonna agree to that. But it's all good. Shout outs to Dave.
I feel like it'd be pretty hostile.
No. Shadow Fox is not hostile in his debate.
Oh no, I don't mean in the beginning. I mean towards the end. You never know how things go.
No, Dave is cool. Dave is calm, and so is Shadow Fox. I think it'd be a good discussion. I honestly think it'd be a good discussion.
Oh, of course, it'd still be good. Of course.
It only gets hostile if I get disrespected.
Yeah. That's the thing.
I
don't see Dave disrespecting people like that. Like,
there's one name that not to be mentioned. So
I was cordial then too. So it's
I mean that's the after effect. You was ready to go Nas Ether on her, bro.
Shout out.
I'll reserve that for later.
See?
All right. Well, we got a lot of cool topics, guys. This one's gonna be a little bit shorter just because of the whole Pokemon launch and all that crap. So yeah, this one's gonna be a little bit short. I think at least. So we're gonna talk about Pokemon Sword and Shield. There's been a whirlwind of controversy surrounding this game, and up until just about right now, we were just gonna talk about that. Game Freak #Game Freak lied and all of that stuff, but I will break this down because Baron doesn't know everything here about it. So apparently there was some models that came out, a wireframe of like a Bulbasaur and some other Pokemon of somebody who apparently got the game and data mined and did all that or whatever it was. And they claimed that, look, it's the exact same models, and they compared it to like the 3DS version or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. So that's basically what we saw. And everyone from that point said that they lied because of an interview that they did with Polygon. I think it was Polygon, about 6 months ago, back in like July or something like that, June or July, where they said, oh, they're rebuilding all the models from scratch. That's basically what they said. So everybody jumped to the conclusion saying, Game Freak lied. Game Freak lied. We had multiple YouTubers make videos like that. You know, I was unsure because of what I saw. What I saw wasn't definitive proof. What I saw was a wireframe. And I don't understand 3D modeling. I don't understand shaders and textures and building models and all that stuff. So I'm like, I don't know. But everybody took that as definitive proof. So that was that. So I was like, okay, well, if they took it as that, I didn't say anything against other people that were saying it one way or another. I just simply said, okay, well, that's that. When people talked about it, I just said, okay, well, maybe they reused that. I don't know. And then we started getting a little bit more information. Like, people started saying, okay, well, the origin of this thing is like 4chan. That's where like the picture came from. And then we also had developers actually come out and say, well, wait a minute, you can't definitively, like actual 3D modelers and developers that have worked for companies say, you can't tell if that's the same model or what they've done based off of that. Like, they're like, I can fake that right now. That's what some people, but of course people were still saying, well, blah, 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 it's this and that. So that's where it sat at for a while, up until recently. I got a post that I saw, and like I said, I'm talking just because I want to get the full story out. I saw a post that I saw on Twitter, and it actually went back to the original article about Game Freak and the interview of where they said they're rebuilding the models from scratch, and it was a classic slight mistranslation, apparently, because they said in there. Let me go back, and in the thread, the guy goes back and looks at the original source of the article of the actual Reddit translation, and yeah, seems like it was a mistake. because it says the only thing the article comments on is that Game Freak said they're making models from scratch, nothing else. However, is included a hyperlink on a Reddit translation of the interview and includes the following: that they switched over from 3DS to Switch. Frame rates and quality both are different. In the article, they revealed that when they went to transfer models and movie animations into Sword and Shield, they didn't transfer over right, forcing them to rebuild them from scratch. Keep in mind, Game Freak small, blah, 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 blah. And basically what it says is rebuild from scratch. Not make from scratch, but rebuild, which carries a completely different connotation to it.
It does.
Because they're rebuilding whatever they have. It's not, oh, we're just completely making this. It's rebuilding from scratch. So you have to 3D animate it, model it, whatever. Do all the stuff that you do to make it that. So they also included on the, and I'll put a link on in the chat so you guys can also see that too if you guys want to see it. So I'll put a link where you guys can check out the thread. So essentially that's that. And he also included lots of proof and a professional translation as well that was done by Nintendo Life that does not exactly say the same thing. So hashtag Game Freak Live, not exact. No, not really. We've already seen some people kind of come out and say, oh, well, they're still incompetent. It's like, no. They didn't lie, though, because there were people who made multiple videos on that. So now that you guys have all the information, apparently that's out there. Whoever wants to take a first crack at it, feel free.
I'll take a shot at this.
Go ahead.
So, all right, I'm gonna screen share because I want to show how easy it is to develop a wireframe. Look at this.
Lord.
That's literally all what they have. So literally, is this, you call this proof? If someone could draw up a Bulbasaur.
Dude, did you port that chess piece, that pawn over from the freaking?
I mean, you can just you can download the models from anywhere from 3D.
Exactly. You can download the models.
Yeah, people don't know this.
This man
Look,
came prepared with a damn PowerPoint presentation.
because I do this. I make my own 3D modeling. I do this.
This is
Okay.
You got that preparation.
This is not damage control. It's actually just making sure that we get the right information. To be
They
honest,
said my mic is loud. Hold on, let me fix that.
yeah, your mic's a little loud.
Like, I gotta keep fixing my settings. Hold up. Someone take.
Anybody else wants to take a shot at this? I think you
I'll
proved your
take a shot at it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Beast. Go ahead.
Oh, well, I was just going to say that what annoyed me is that once this came out and people assumed automatically within the first hour that it was real, that everyone was making videos and content on it immediately and going, oh, I think Game Freak lied. I'm not going to say names, but the fact that people would jump the gun so quick.
Which you jumped the gun as well, too.
Hey, it's different when you're making a video and you're an actual
But you tagged
high-level
me
critic
like
compared to just
500
me. I'm just a regular person who
You
creates
oh,
content.
no. Don't put yourself in a regular person category.
Nope.
Hey, by the way, guys, I'm getting my Elgato capture
Ain't
card
gonna
and be
happen.
streaming. Gonna be done. VC, you
man-
tagged me like 500 times, bro. Like, you can tell me about this.
Not
This
easy.
man pulled out "I'm a regular guy" card. Come on, now. Come on.
Well, we all know it's not true. Yeah.
Come on, guy. Really?
See how
Nah.
Want to talk about damage control,
Ain't gonna happen
man?
like that, VC.
Want to talk about damage control?
That's a Super Saiyan.
Bruh,
Nah.
but let me tell you what BC just did. That's the equivalent of you playing spades. Everybody plays spades and somebody threw out a heart. Like, what's going on, BC? Like, what are you doing?
You gotta renege, bro. You gotta renege.
he reneged the
Like,
heart.
Well, one thing I am going to say, though, is they have the models for all the other Pokemon in the game. So hopefully they can think of actually patching the game, because on the 3DS, they couldn't really patch the games much. Like,
Well-
they never did. So maybe now
VC
in this version they can.
Well, VC, did you read their statement? They literally said, "Hold on to your old Pokemon because in future games they're gonna bring in the older Pokemon." So
Oh, yeah.
use
yeah.
this
My
opportunity.
logic wasn't for patches, though. I just assumed, like,
Nope,
the next
nope.
game would be, like, Diamond and Pearl with Gens 1 through 4.
'Cause I was
the
gonna
next
say,
game would be Let's
use
Go,
this-
stuff like that.
They're not
See,
patching
here-
them. They're not
so here's
patching
the
them,
thing.
by
That's
the
what I'm
way.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here-
So it's
here-
like, why having the code?
But here's the thing. So you look at it in one instance, the national index is cut and everything, right? You know what's kind of messed up? You're gonna miss out on the opportunity on some of the dope Pokemon that's gonna be in this region, and not thinking down the line where the other Pokemon games come out and you're like, yo, I could get this game. And then you could wait into Pokemon Bank, and you could trade down the line, but you have the opportunity to master and learn how they work in this game before everybody else and get in the jump on it. I
That is
mean,
true. But the two Pokemon I do like, though, Toxtricity and Grimmsnarl, they're badass as hell.
Well, I mean, I think that if he's set that he's not getting it, so that's fine. I mean,
That's fine.
I'm really
that's
busy right now with
perfectly
a bunch
fine.
of different games and
Yeah,
also just real life stuff right now. So I actually really can't.
Take care of business.
Yeah, take care of that. So I mean, like, well, I mean, that's. What about you, Baron? You want to go next? You want to take a next crack at all this thing here that's been going on?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a crack at it.
Go ahead.
Look, man. It's just simple as this, man. Let me pause my game real quick because I need to get serious on this.
You playing Pokemon?
No, I'm playing Madden actually.
I just go play things.
I'm gonna tell you like I told somebody else. If you want me to play Pokemon, buy it for me. I'll do a review. But what was I saying? Y'all got to stop damage controlling. Y'all damage controlling on both sides, bro. Like, yeah, they took it out of context about them lying, but to sit up here and tell me that they rebuild whatever they already had, that already speaks to what I've been saying before. They didn't really try to use the Switch hardware.
Oh, we
They didn't. And I've been saying this for months, and y'all just kept counteracting me and all this. I'm like, bruh, they didn't even try. From the animation video that got leaked that I tweeted about the other day, I was just sick. When I seen that, I nearly threw up in my mouth.
Well, speaking of animations, though, Loxton and Noggin had a great video on that today, actually, talking about how they can change it. And literally, I agree with you.
That doesn't have anything to
definitely
do with
make animation. Like,
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying that they lie. That has a lot to do with it because
an animation, like a moving animation. No.
Well, no, like each
has a
character
lot
can have
to
like
do-
a punching attack. Each character can have a kick, so it'd be like 3 to 4 moves per physical and special attack per Pokemon.
Hold on a second. I'm not saying that as the power of the Switch per se. I'm just saying they didn't use any of the capabilities of the Switch. We got the same turn. We got the same turnaround walking animation that we.
That's nothing to do with the power of the Switch. Turn into a robot. Stuttering. Oh my gosh. Beat that. Oh my god. What is happening?
That don't make any sense. That's what threw me off the edge the other day when I made that tweet. I was like, this don't make no sense right here because y'all trying to say they're not lazy, but it's blatant laziness when it came to this game.
I don't know what's going on. Are we even still live?
Oh my god, what's going on?
It was like super robot voice. I don't know what's going on with Discord, guys.
What is it?
In the chat? Are we still live, chat? Is everything?
Discord sucks.
What is
I
going
can hear
on?
you now. I can hear you now.
Okay,
That
I
was
think
crazy.
we're good. Discord sucks.
Yo.
That was absolutely terrible. Oh my
Dude, Baron
God.
was making-
What the hell was that?
Baron was
Servers
making
are crying
seriously,
somewhere.
like no joke. Baron was making such a horrible point. They just like Baron's point was so stupid because he's trying to equate animations to the power of whatever when animations can be done. You know, his point was so bad that's what they did.
My point was so valid that Game Freak hit that lag button. That's exactly what they did.
What
So,
you just said with the animations had. Go ahead, finish. Go ahead.
That's all.
Let me
That's
finish
what
what I'm
I'm
saying.
popping in. Beep boop popping in.
I'm just
graphics.
It's not having. It's not in a direct relation to the capabilities of the Switch. It's just that the fact that you're using over decade-old stuff on a system that you shouldn't be using it on. That's the whole point. It's like you didn't even try to take advantage of any of the capabilities of the Switch. And it's like, come on, bro. When I seen that legendary Pokemon spin on his Z-axis, like, come on, bro. Come on! Like, there's no excuse for that. There's no way.
The power of the Switch. That's what I want to know. What does that have to do with the power of the Switch?
It tells you that they didn't even try to modernize this game.
That's what tells you based off of that?
We can't get a four-legged creature to walk right?
So you're trying to
come on, bro. You're trying to tell me
now. Is that based off of that? That means they didn't try it out.
Not
Based
just
off of that one thing.
You add that in with the rest of the stuff I've been arguing about. The flat grass, the N64 trees, the same battle animations, the same animations for everything. Now you just told me they rebuilt the old models they had before. What was you doing all this time? That's what I want to know.
There's 400
Pokemon.
There's 400 Pokemon in there. Do you expect them? Do you expect them to
stop saying it's 400 Pokemon?
It's 300
We just
plus
got
70
confirmation
plus an
that
extra 30.
they rebuilt the same models they had before. What on the Switch was you doing to take advantage of this hardware?
I don't know. What did Breath of the Wild? What did Breath of the Wild do? Breath of the Wild is the Wii U game, and you were all over.
Did you see creatures spinning around on the Z-axis?
You just said that they didn't take advantage of the Switch. Neither did Breath of the Wild, and you were all over. Breath of the Wild
was a dual release on 2 platforms. Stop it.
Baron, you don't know how to develop anything, and you're talking as if you're a developer right now.
Yo, that's the funny part.
You haven't developed a single thing, and yet you're saying they didn't use anything. So what they do? Did they use the power of the Wii U? Did they use the power of the freaking the Dreamcast? What did they use the power of? That's what I want to know. It's an HD. It looks better than the 3DS game. So exactly what did they use? If it wasn't a Switch, what did they use? Did they use a GameCube 2? Was it a Wii U? What did they use the power of then?
OJ, stop.
Let me know. No, let me know. What was it then?
We had people that reviewed the game saying the game hitches, the game slows down. Come on, bro. Bruh, okay. Come on.
Well,
like, you have to call this shit out at one point.
The graphics.
You can't sit up here and keep making excuses.
I already did. I already said, yo, the graphics.
Man. Y'all downplay this shit too much.
No, I did. I already said that.
Pokemon
Baron,
spent
stop it.
on a merry-go-round to turn around.
That doesn't mean the game's bad. That doesn't mean the game. That doesn't mean they didn't try.
Hold on.
We haven't had people spin on a disco stick since PS1. Like, come on, bro.
It actually sometimes happens in Dragon Quest XI.
Oh my god!
It actually sometimes happens. That's an Unreal Engine 4 game on the PS4.
It didn't happen with the dog though.
It kind of happens on Dragon Quest 11 sometimes, but it's okay, Baron. Go ahead, finish.
No, I'm done, man. I'm just done.
I mean,
I just don't understand why y'all don't
expect
more.
No, I expect more, Baron. That's why I'm not buying
I expect more too. I think it's good. I think they're going to get better as they get more experience. It's not about them. It's not about them not trying. It's about them not being experienced. Look, back in the day, I had 1080p equipment. I had a lot of equipment that I had now, but my videos weren't as good as quality because I didn't have experience. Not because I didn't have the tech to do it. It's because you need experience. Game Freak isn't experienced. That's the problem more so than anything. Just like they weren't experienced with the 3DS, and you look at X and Y, and you're like, damn, that doesn't look anywhere near as good as what even the 3DS could do. And then you looked at Sun and Moon at the end, oh, that looks a lot better because they got experience.
Bruh.
Yo, hold up.
Let me say this one more time because you're not getting it.
Baron, did you go look at the chat?
They couldn't even animate the damn legendary Pokemon.
Baron,
walk around in a come on.
Like,
Baron, look at the chat real fast.
That's crazy.
Baron, look at the chat real fast.
I don't give a damn about none of that Fire Emblem 3 Houses crap.
No.
Nobody in Fire Emblem 3 Houses turn around like that legendary Pokemon did.
Hey, you know what? But you talk about flat grass.
And that's a studio.
Why is there flat food? Why is there flat food?
I don't care about the flat food. I don't care about that.
It's literally just for presentation.
What is the Pokemon for? I mean, okay.
Come on.
What?
There's a huge difference.
Yo, VC, that was hilarious. What you just said.
What? Did you really just say that?
I was gonna drink tonight.
VC just trolling you right now. That was hilarious.
I'm just saying, like, the thing about a lot of things, and before we get to Shadowfox, a lot of things that, like, I get what you're saying, Baron, and I understand that they can definitely, I'm dying right now. They can definitely be better, and I think they're going to get better. I think the problem that you were thinking is that you were thinking that this game is going to be some type of evolution, and they're going to show the graphics world, and it's like, that wasn't going to happen. That was never going to happen with Game Freak because they went from the 3DS to the Switch.
Here's the thing, though.
That's too big of a jump. They need more experience. They need more time. They need more experience and they need more time. Even with Nintendo's own first-party games, it was not everything is perfect. Even with Breath of the Wild, even with Super Mario Odyssey, even with other games, everything's not. And so they're gonna need more time to get better.
I got you, dog. But it don't seem like they tried in any area. That's the
No, they
point.
did. They did.
If you're going to give
developers
the graphical
they
presentation
still
that you're
worked
giving me,
hard. You can't say they
ahead.
didn't. It's just what they worked on.
Go look at
probably
some
just
of
took
the
too long.
Go look at if you go on Twitter, look at some of the other animations that people or other battle animations that
Oh,
they're
I looked
showing.
at them all. I looked at them all.
No, well,
that Tyranitar animation was pretty
that
dope.
Tyranitar animation is actually really good. So you're saying they didn't try
Bruh,
at all?
you-
They didn't try.
Okay,
No, that's
I'm
not
gonna
true.
ask y'all this question: have all y'all seen the launch trailer and the commercial for Sword and Shield?
Yeah, I actually did.
Why does the animations in the commercial look better?
They always look better. They do it
Like a
purposely
commercial?
because they know that that's
But-
what we want. That's
But
what
hold
Gen
on.
8
But
should have
hold
looked
on.
like from the jump.
Hold on.
When I
Oh
seen
my
that Score Bunny, Sobble, and Grookey commercial back in the day with the windmill and all that in the grass, that looked beautiful.
Well,
I was
that
like,
was
"Yo,
CG.
if that's
That
the
was
game,
CG.
that'd be
That was
perfect."
that's CGI.
I know. I didn't see the bottom where it said this in gameplay.
If you thought that was the actual game, then and then
Look at Dragon Quest 11S. It's the same exact quality of animation.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It's
What?
exactly
Dragon Quest
the
11S is the same quality as that Pokemon CG
Art
trailer?
style.
You're nuts.
You're wildin'.
You're
You're
wildin'. No, it's not. It's not even close. What?
Well, all I know is
all
we're not
all
going to
I'm
see
saying-
that
look.
till Gen 9, hopefully.
I'm gonna say.
So
I'm
we're
gonna
gonna pray
say
for
this.
that.
I'm gonna say this, man. All the reviews I read, there was a common denominator, and they felt like this game had some designs that was over a decade old.
You know what?
And the stuff we've seen is stuff that's over a decade old that shouldn't be in games today. It's just
Lots
not
of the rooms in the game are all the same, unlike Dragon Quest
And
11S.
there was also a common denominator that they all said that the game is actually good, which you don't want to.
Yeah, that's true. I told you on the gameplay part, I'm not worried
The
about
game-
them on
The
that.
gameplay was.
Why
gonna be
aren't you worried
decent
about
from the
gameplay?
jump.
Why is that not a bigger deal?
I'm not worried because they always. I'm telling
Wait,
you.
why aren't you worried
whole
about? You are
product,
more
the whole
upset about
PR
graphics
thing
than you
is
are
so
about
bad.
gameplay.
Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. We never worried about Game Freak when it came to actually the gameplay part of Pokemon. We knew they took care of that, even though they removed a lot of moves as well. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, this time
But-
they did. Yeah.
but we knew Pokemon wasn't broke. Don't fix it. You know what I mean? So they had that core element in place, which is the gameplay core. Now you were stuck on a handheld for all these decades, and now you finally back on a home console. And you didn't take advantage of it.
Well, hold up. You said back. This is their first
They're not
time.
bad.
Bro.
Well,
Yeah,
okay.
this is
I'm
their very
not gonna
first
say
good
bad.
game,
So
by the
let me
way.
ask you a
'Cause
question.
some of
Baron.
those
Let me
games
ask
you
a
don't
question.
even count. But
Pokemon 3DS and Pokemon Sword and Shield. Which one graphically looks better?
That's what I'm about to say. That's what I want to get at.
You said they didn't take it. So what did they take
Pokemon
advantage
Sword
of?
and
What
Shield
system?
does kind of look like Sun and Moon on a Citra emulator, 1080p, 60 FPS though. Not to say it is, because it clearly does look better than that Sword and Shield. But
Okay, but those games are a lot. Those games are smaller in scale in terms
Yes,
of like the open areas
yeah.
and stuff like that. So I mean,
Yeah.
and they don't even have Pokemon like wild Pokemon with roaming. So you're saying that they didn't take advantage
well,
of anything.
we can't see shiny Pokemon in the wild actually either. Let's Go had that ability, but you can't do that in Sword and Shield.
But there's still Pokemon out. I mean, Let's Go had an isometric view of the camera, and Let's Go.
Supposedly the camera's been pretty bad in this game. That's why
I just want to say this.
Reviews.
I just want to say this. You had a studio. You had two studios that's been working on handhelds, predominantly just on handhelds, and two of them made Switch games. One of them was Fire Emblem Three Houses. One of them is Sword and Shield. Somebody actually took a bigger effort in delivering on their game on the Switch.
Oh, Baron, by the way, you're forgetting Luigi's Mansion.
Well, I
that's-
mean, Next Level Games did Mario Strikers on home console too. So
Yeah, but that was a while ago.
but they have history on home console development. These two other studios didn't really have that much console development. They stayed on handhelds. But it was obvious that one company took advantage and tried to do the best they could. And you can see it.
Fire Emblem
And you
Three
can
Houses-
see that.
Fire Emblem Three Houses could be done on Wii U, no problem. Like,
Oh my god.
I think it can be done on Wii U. No,
The
All
game
right.
would crash.
I'm done.
What?
I don't think it'd
The,
be
the
that
maps would be
big.
too big for the Wii U to even
From
run.
what I've seen, I don't think it'd be that big of the game. The graphics are good, but I mean, come on, Baron, really? Let's ask Shadow
They
Fox.
even-
What does he think?
Ugh.
This is just my opinion. This is my.
I'm not gonna be an armchair.
I'm not gonna.
opinion.
What do you think? You guys think Fire Emblem Three Houses is so graphically awesome and it takes every bit advantage of
I
the
didn't
Switch?
say that. I
They
said
really do
this.
that. All right.
I said they took advantage of the hardware they had and tried more. They tried to put a better effort forward than Game Freak did.
But hold on.
You
hold
can
on a second,
definitely
though.
see that.
I
hold on.
don't know how you make that determination, but okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
What other game was structured like Three Houses and Fire Emblem?
What do you mean? What other game? What other game is
Yeah, what do
structured
you
like
mean by
Pokemon?
that?
What other Fire Emblem game was structured like Three Houses?
What do you mean? Like what? Like 3 different paths? I mean, they've had old ones. Like
I know they had multiple paths before. Come on, that was back
What are
in
you
Fates.
talking? What do you like?
I'm talking about like an open world area, an open area like the monastery.
Well, let's wait a second.
I'm talking about how they
areas
improved
are
a lot of
actually
the animations.
inaccessible.
What Pokemon game was open?
Come on, bro.
I mean,
It's kinda whack.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's a few things.
It's like, well, Fire Emblem has an open area, but look at it. But Pokemon does too.
Monastery's so
that
barren,
one
like-
sucks. But Fire Emblems is amazing. Like my problem is like,
And here's the thing about Pokemon Sword and Shield. It's like VC, you mentioned that you wanted that CGI trailer. I think it's more of the art style that people have a problem with than the actual graphics. Because graphically, I don't see how this looks bad. This is your first Pokemon HD game. Like
It looks bad, bro.
There's some areas that it definitely does not look good, and I think that they're gonna
Hyper Beam looks
like I
very
said,
good.
I think they're gonna get better as they go on.
I want
just
to, like I said,
X and Y to Sun and Moon, but Baron seems to like hates that point that I make. He absolutely hates it. And he wants the game to be like the graphic, like super take advantage of everything.
I want to.
I'm gonna put it to you like this. I'm gonna put it to you like this because OJ ain't getting it.
Yo, Baron, hold on for a second.
No,
Baron,
wait, hold on. I want to say this real quick.
I
would have been fine exactly with how Pokemon looks if they would have gave us new animations, new battle animations, new Pokemon animations, so stuff could look way more fluid and a little way more lifelike.
Yeah.
But they didn't even do that.
New
I would have been
animations
fine with
Watson
it.
and Noggin's video that came out today was very good. I think everyone should check it out when it comes to this animation debacle. He went really in deep into it.
I saw the video. New animations for all the different moves, or just some new animations? Because there are new animations. Like every single move in the game has all new animations, and every single Pokemon has all new animations, and also the graphics are also. Is that what you want, Baron?
The Pokemon would be different animations, not the moves. That way, it'd be easier to incorporate the moves onto the Pokemon rather than the TMs that you'd be updating for it.
Well, I'm interested. Like I get it. Like I think the Pokemon Company could definitely do better. But if you're expecting this game to have, and they're gonna add even more Pokemon in the next generation, if you're expecting it to have completely amazing, crazy animations,
we do have 500 less Pokemon.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on,
and you're expecting
let's
this. You're gonna be disappointed this whole gen.
You need to have.
You're gonna be disappointed this whole gen.
OJ,
They are not
these
gonna
are
do that. I'm just
standard
letting
in
you know.
animations now, and what we see in Pokemon Sword and Shield is not the standard.
The 3DS
We at least
games
need,
that had
there was
way better animations
to
on the
walk.
There was way better animations.
We talking
on the
about
3DS.
standards now?
Dude, there was way better animations on
finally,
the 3DS. Other 3DS games had way better animations than Pokemon X and Y. I mean, like, so
I'm looking at some
or
old.
Sun
I'm
and
looking at
Moon.
game.
Like,
I'm looking
Yo,
at gameplay.
Z-Move
We at
animations
least
are
need
the
people
worst,
to walk
absolute
correctly.
worst.
Like, come on.
Yo, you saw Z moves in Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun? Horrible. Look at Xerneas doing like the Z move for the fairy type. It just doesn't even move itself. It's standard T pose going around.
like I said, guys, I feel that Baron. I feel
They
that they
don't
can get.
try.
I feel like it should have been better for sure. But at the end of the day, like I've said a million times, it's about the gameplay. It's about the game. Like you're more upset about the graphics than you are that the game is good.
It's not
You know?
about it's not about
Like-
you just keep saying graphic, but it's the whole graphical presentation, everything, animations, all of it together. It's just the fact that it sticks out like an eyesore when you see it.
Not when you
You
play
can't
it. According
unsee it.
We got
When
Shofu. We got 4,000 people watching Shofu playing. Shofu's having fun. Zero's playing the game. 3,000 plus people watching. They're
easier
having
to
fun
have
playing the
good money
game.
doing it.
They're having
Somebody
fun
said it
playing.
could
When
be
you
fun.
play,
I
it's
mean-
not a big deal.
I
When
mean,
you're-
Minecraft
Yo.
looks like shit, but people have fun playing.
Yeah, because it's about gameplay.
Yo, can I?
Go ahead,
I want
go
to chime.
ahead.
I want to chime in a point that
Yeah.
we're all forgetting. You got to remember the game is going to look different when you actually play it, and then when you're watching it streamed.
Oh Lord.
No. Don't say "Oh Lord" to that, because that is a big difference. That can make a difference. And one game that comes to mind that has that difference, perfect example actually, Yoshi, looks like a completely different game when you're playing it up close. So that's why I said play the game. No, because like when you see it all on stream, it looks really really bad, and it doesn't look clearly as bad when you play.
What are you talking about?
Yoshi looks a lot better. Yoshi looks a lot better on your screen.
Yoshi does not look bad on video or stream.
It
No.
looks way better on your screen than it does. Like I see what he's saying. Like it doesn't look bad.
I know it looks
Yeah,
a little
it
bit
looks
more
a lot
detailed
better
on your
on your
screen
screen.
because I played it and the demo. I played the demo too.
Yeah, but you get
It
what I'm
didn't look bad in video at all.
Well, okay, so I'm glad
It's not as
Diamond
good.
Pro remakes. That's all.
not as good. That OJ got what I'm trying to say. Not as good. What I'm trying to say is play the game mostly for yourself. We're saying the presentation is not where it's the standards where it needs to be.
Yeah, it needs
We're
to be
basing
better.
that where it can be better. It really can be better.
It'll
And
get
for
better.
their first shot,
Their first shot was let's go.
That's not Game
Freak.
It is Game Freak, but that's not the real.
Game Freak.
That's not the real thing. That's an isometric view that doesn't have.
All right, that's not
area,
mainline.
150 Pokemon.
That's not mainline.
That's not it. That's not.
Let's go mainline where you can actually battle the Pokemon you run into the wild.
Like actual wild Pokemon and stuff like that.
It's like the Pokemon that most of us were waiting for since. If I'm real, if I think everyone on here around the same age, we wanted a real Pokemon console game since the N64.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
since y'all played that Pokemon Stadium, I know.
I got my Stadium 2 and my N64 right there.
I like Stadium because you can speed up the game via the transfer.
Yeah, that was cool.
Playing with the rental mods, the story mode, all of that.
And what was so amazing about Stadium? What made you gravitate toward Pokemon Stadium when it first came out?
Seeing the water come out of Blastoise's cannon.
Seeing all those cool ass animations and all those Pokemon coming to life.
Are you trying to?
Didn't that just
saying
get you
they worked
excited
harder
when you
for the
seen that
animations?
shit?
Not saying anything about the amount of animations they had to make, but they worked harder.
I mean, if you're looking at it,
that's all we're saying.
If you're looking at it at this point, like Pokemon Stadium was like slammed when it came out. It was like absolutely destroyed more than anything. Even with all those great animations, like for N64 at least, and all that, it was like slammed to hell and back. People really made fun of that game and really slammed it, and actually said that
those were some of the best games on the N64. Whoever says
the mini games were the best thing about that was the mini games.
Those are some of
VC,
the best games.
You play the mini games, right? VC.
Yo, me and my friends, everyone would play the mini games.
That's what they said. The best thing about Pokemon
rental battles.
The best thing about Pokemon Stadium was the freaking mini games. Was that?
Yo, the Scyther cut, the Togepi run, the Cleffa and Igglybuff counting one.
Pokemon
so many
Stadium
good
is a
ones.
classic. But the thing is, that's what gravitated you to a Pokemon Stadium. I remember when I first seen that ad in the magazine. I think it was Game Pro magazine back then. When I first seen it,
guess different.
That's what gravitated you to play Pokemon. Because
you're gravitated by graphics. Other people are gravitated by gameplay.
You just trying to make it about graphics.
Because that's. Bro, you literally said, "Oh yeah, we already know the gameplay's good." Okay, but let's talk about the graphics. Let me complete. You're brushing aside gameplay as if it's nothing. You've been doing that. That's what I actually admit that. Hey, you know what? Yeah, they can do better with the graphics. They're going to get better. Blah blah blah. You are just brushing aside gameplay as if it's nothing. And you really are. Like, you're just
I'm not brushing it away as if it's...
Yeah, you are, because you're not playing the game. You don't want to play it. But if it had good graphics, you'd play the game. If the graphics were better, you'd play the game. But since the graphics aren't better, you don't want to play the game.
It would take for me to play the game. If my legendary Pokemon would turn around like a four-legged creature instead of spinning on the damn top...
If the graphics were better, would you play the game? If the graphics were better, would you play the game?
You know the answer, OJ.
Answer the question, Baron.
If Pokemon Sword and Shield was the leap that it should have been, I would have bought the damn game.
So exactly, the thing that you're trying to do, it's not about gameplay with you. It's about graphics because you're clearly not buying the game because of the graphics.
You just not getting it. You trying to label it as one thing, but it's really not.
You just said, "Oh well, if the graphics were better, I would have bought it." That's what you just said.
Oh my god, bro. Y'all Pokemon fans kill me, man. It's just that I have a high standard for what Pokemon should be right now.
It's not about the graphics.
I agree, Baron.
It's not about the graphics. But if the graphics were better, I'd play it. But it's not about the graphics, guys. It's not about the graphics.
And the animations
but if they were better, if the animations and graphics were better, I'd play it. But it's not about the graphics.
I'm gonna tell you this, OJ. If the graphics looked like Monster Hunter World and the animations were just as they are now, I would not buy that game. I would not.
At least it looks better than Monster Hunter Generations.
Like, come on, bro.
I can say that. It's just Sword and Shield looks way better than that.
Baron, you're not a Pokemon fan. Just shut the hell up and never talk about Pokemon.
I'm not a Pokemon fan. But here's I know I'm not a Pokemon fan. But I speak for a wide majority of people.
No, you don't.
Who would have gotten back into Pokemon if they would have seen the evolution.
No, you don't.
You don't speak because the game's gonna sell like 15 million in like a couple days.
Like,
you don't speak for anybody.
It's damn near like 50 million damn Pokemon fans as it is. But I'm speaking for the majority of people who have not been playing for a while and what will bring them back to.
It's probably gonna hit.
You cannot sit up here and say that's not important. That is important.
Look, Baird.
So it's
The most
whatever.
important-
y'all Pokemon fans are something.
The most
else,
important
man.
thing in a game is gameplay. All right.
It will always be gameplay. Be the most important.
So that's the most.
Then why are we talking
thing.
about graphics?
Well, the problem
That's
with the
the most
gameplay is they
important
took
thing,
all the
man.
spinning
Pokemons
around
out
in a circle to
purposely.
turn around.
Is that
in 2019?
is that
This is what
gameplay?
we're talking about.
Is that gameplay?
Come on, man.
Is that gameplay?
Spinning.
We still got people hopping to do tax. Come on.
Is that gameplay?
2019, man?
Is that gameplay?
God?
What's the most important thing, Baron? Is it graphics or gameplay? What if the gameplay was
Gameplay
bad?
will always be
What if the
important.
gameplay was bad, but the
Gameplay will
graphics and
always be
animations were
priority.
good?
Gameplay will always be number one. That will never change.
So how much of a tilt is it? Like,
But you cannot you cannot be stagnant and be stuck in the same
What's the-
over decade old shit you've been doing.
What's the?
That's not acceptable.
What's the tilt? What's the tilt between graphics, gameplay? What's
What
the
you mean the
most
tilt?
important? Like
Gameplay is like 75%.
75%.
I don't think nobody will put it that high, but I put it that high. It has to be
75%, and the gameplay in Pokemon is really good. And it's 75%, but he's still not getting it. So less than 25% for animations and for graphics.
Hold on.
And he's
All
not getting
gameplay,
it.
all gameplay don't rank
25% of what's important.
All game- the whole stream
Gameplay don't
call.
rank the
Bro.
same, OJ. All gameplay don't rank the same.
Bro.
You might rank Pokemon gameplay up in the echelon S tier, but I don't rank Pokemon gameplay that high.
Okay, that's what I
Pokemon
said. But
gameplay
you're not
is
a
like,
gameplay.
you know,
You're not
that's
a
what
Pokemon
like
gameplay is
A to B.
neutral, standard, good gameplay. That's why it's always 8 out of 10s. It's never
You know
like
what I mean?
an
It has
amazing
good
game or a horrible
gameplay, but it's
game.
not S
always
tier game.
standard.
I mean, like it ain't like
In terms of within what it
just-
does, it's pretty
it's
much
good.
the top
It's-
of the class.
It's very standard.
it's good at what it does.
gameplay.
I cannot lie about that. But we can't have the same old over decade old stuff that's been going on in Pokemon. That's just not fair. That's not fair to people.
I
And
agree.
It really
no,
isn't.
and I get that, but I still think that. I mean, obviously, like I said, you're not that big of a Pokemon fan, so that's the reason why you're more worried
give
about.
it 3 years.
other
Once
things.
Gen 9 comes around, we'll have this discussion again.
We'll see, man. I mean, we'll see. But I mean, that's why I said like that's why Barrett, you're so focused on that instead of like the amazing because like no other game offers gameplay like Pokemon. Like in terms of what they do, even with hell, they can remove 500 Pokemon, Digimon, Yokai Watch. There's still no other game.
OJ, Dorkman saying you're moving the goalposts.
I'm not moving. Dorkman, his brain sometimes be moving the goalposts sometimes, bro. Dorkman doesn't know what he's talking about. Nobody's moving any goalposts. We're having a discussion on gaming. Anyway, like what I'm saying is that the games are going to get better. The games are graphically, it's going to get better. They're going to make improvements. They've always done that. But in the meantime, that doesn't mean like people are, oh, screw this game. You know what I'm saying? That's just my personal thought process. But everybody has their own, everybody has their own thing. But I feel that like they're going to get better. Like they're going to get better at the game. I mean, heck, I played Xenoblade Chronicles on the Wii, and that game legit, like, Shulk's face is like pixels at times. Like,
Yeah, you used to think it looked really good. Don't lie. You're saying he's like beautiful and stuff. You're like all
You
interested.
I said
saying he was
the
beautiful
world.
and cute.
I said
Yeah,
the
you
world.
like
I
his
said what
luscious
they,
flow of hair.
I said that what they did was impressive. You know what I'm saying in terms of like the scope and the scale for the Wii. That system has like
Yeah, okay.
two.
So
bits
OJ,
of
so
RAM.
OJ, when that legendary, spent around like he was doing a cha-cha slide, that was impressive too.
I don't
Yo,
care.
you
I don't
you
care.
on this spinning, dog.
I don't. That's the thing. I don't care about
Hey, man,
animations
you better
and
be
graphics
careful
as
not
much
to
as
spin
you.
on some
You
wood
on
right
this
now, though.
spinning.
You're on this. I don't care. First of all, you weren't even supposed to see that. Somebody's
Because
posting
that
spoilers.
blows my mind that's in the game.
And I don't.
That
I
blows
play a
my
lot of
mind.
Japanese. I play a lot of Japanese RPGs, and that stuff, like sliding and that type of stuff, happens all the time. So it's not like a big deal. Like people turn and face, like do weird turn and in Japanese RPGs all the time. You don't
At least
play
the
it. You don't
characters'
play
faces are not mute. All the Pokemon's faces are blank. They're just like,
like they.
and then when they move, it's like,
They put in the effort
and then when
to
they're
make.
not moving like Lucario, it's like
They put in the effort to make.
come on.
The characters' mouths moves.
Too
with
idle.
The dialogue of text, but they didn't want to do voice acting. Come on.
Lots of games
Well,
don't have voice acting. So.
Come on, bro.
I mean,
See, I can be fine with the voice acting not being there at the end of the day. It's not that big of a deal.
Baron's game of Pokemon, it's gonna take 10 years. It's gonna be Final Fantasy
it's
VII
what you
remake.
said. You being
It
generous.
would take like
I don't.
5,000 years.
It
to
would
come
not
out.
take that long. If they gave Game Freak the help that they need, it wouldn't take.
They
That.
If they got another
they don't need
200
help. They need
developers, had Xenoblade's Monolith Soft help
They
out
need
a bit
experience.
too,
They
it'd
don't
be
need-
great.
they
I
all that
guarantee
together.
you, if they
Awesome.
gave Monolith the okay to do a Pokemon game, I guarantee you we'll see something way different than what we see in
Oh, definitely.
What we'd see is a bunch of common blades.
Monolith Games Breath of the Wild.
That's what we'd
We're
see.
getting a bunch of
5 million.
Zigzagoons out of
They
Monolith
did
Games
Pokemon. By the way, they did
Wild.
Pokemon. It's called Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and we'd see 5 million common blades. We'd see
Did I say what I
Merc
want
missions. We'd see the biggest crap in terms of. No, I don't want them to do Pokemon. No,
It's gonna take
I'm
one
good.
million to get a
crap.
Pokerona.
The only thing that was crapped about Xenoblade Chronicles, how you had to, mine them Corkers.
That was ass.
that
That was
shit is the
complete
worst.
ass. Like,
That
no,
was-
don't
yeah.
give them Pokemon, because that's what
But
we'd
all-
see.
I
They
still
made
need
their version of
Cosmos.
Pokemon.
I still don't got Cosmos. I have Tielos, but I don't got Cosmos.
They made their version of Pokemon. I don't want their version of Pokemon. Torn of the Golden Country is not Pokemon. It's a light version, right? And it's so much better in terms of just the structure. No, I
And
don't
the
want them to
gameplay.
make Pokemon. No.
No, I'm gonna start that.
Monolith Soft needs to work
Monolith
on making
Soft
the
for
world, not the actual gameplay. Keep that to Game Freak, but the world, how they do all that, give it to Monolith Soft.
You got
Over 600 hours and I still don't have Cosmos. Man, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was just about to say,
I
let
know,
Shadow Fox
like-
talk. We have not let Shadow Fox talk all night.
I don't
He even
know.
tried
Shadow
it.
Fox usually inserts himself into the conversation, so he never did it.
Yeah, it's very calm night.
Well, I was letting y'all hash it out. It's fine. There was a couple things I want to talk about, but
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go.
Do it.
So, I heard the sidebar comment talking about Fire Emblem Three Houses and whether that was possible on the Wii U or not. Like Xenoblade Chronicles X tells you what you can do with 1 gig of RAM. So I don't like
Bingo.
That's a good point.
any excuses about any open world type game. Like I heard all the excuses about Witcher 3 and all this other kind of stuff. Like no, Xenoblade Chronicles X, stop talking. And then
Xenoblade Chronicles X is really one of the best. out
And
there.
like that open area is way bigger than Fire Emblem's Monastery.
It is the biggest landmass on a console with the exception of what like Just Cause, and I think there was Just Cause 3, and then there's another PC game I think that came out that is the official largest landmass, unless you want to count
Skyrim.
like
Not
2D
Skyrim.
games like
2 is one of the biggest as well.
like the I think it was actually Daggerfall,
Yeah.
and that's a 2D top down RPG. But like if you're the other comment that I had regarding this whole conversation was I think we originally started talking about the wireframes and whatnot. Anybody familiar with Unseen64.net?
Nah.
Unseen 64? Liam
Yes.
Robertson? The guy that does
yes.
the guy that does like all the hidden like games and canceled stuff, like right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So there are wireframes for Mario 128 in Super Mario Galaxy and in Pikmin 3. So the first time when I saw, hey, we see these wireframes, and not only can somebody fake that, but even if they were inside the game, it kind of doesn't matter because there's going to be legacy stuff just sitting there because they got to build a game and they got to start from somewhere. So those leftover files are going to be sitting there. You'll find all kind of stuff. There's 2 human JPEGs inside of Eternal Darkness. Like there's just stuff just sitting in there that you'll never see in the game. So if somebody data mines the game, that doesn't necessarily mean what you're seeing in the final game is what's indicative of that. And wireframe meshes, those are very small files. They can fit thousands of those on a disk, and it won't ever matter. You could see it or you could never see it. Because those are just collections of vertices, and how they're interpreted in the game, it could be completely different depending on which mesh you use. So right next to that file or that mesh that somebody pulled up could be more complex meshes for the actual game that's being released right now. So that was kind of when I first saw that, I was like, ooh, let's wait a minute. Let's see what the full file dump has, and let's see what the actual meshes are on the entire game. Let's look at all of them and dump all of them, and then see if they actually lied or not. So that was the only concession I had regarding that whole situation. Now, as far as the game itself and what people are having with regards to their impressions and animations and stuff like that, like gameplay is king. I don't really care about, and to be honest with you, Pokemon games from the beginning, it was never like, hey, let's see all these awesome animations and let's play real time. You select what you want to do and then you watch it get carried out. It's not. It was never that type of game. So I I don't get. I get what people were like. Oh, well, I see Breath of the Wild, so let's make it like Breath of the Wild, but with Pokemon. Like, no, it's not the same team. That's not what they're aiming for. Their goal is go collect these Pokemon, and that's really about it. And if you battle, and then that's it. If you don't do that in those games, then yes, start worrying. But I mean, as long as you still can, why are we even griping about this? Especially if this is the first game on that console, and they're about to obviously branch out from this if any of the other translations are accurate. So that's kind of where I'm getting at.
It's 2019.
2020 to be exact. It's
and we got people, well, not people. We got four-legged beasts spinning around on the C-axis. It's like, come on, bro.
I'm mad. That's the only point you're hopping on, though, bro.
No, I'm saying that because that's how much
saying
that
this
blew
for
my
40
mind.
minutes, though, Baron.
But that could be
how much it blew my mind.
That can be style as well, too, though.
I don't know. I see a lot of sliding and moving around on Japanese RPGs, even current ones. Like I said,
that could be style.
I see that so much, so it's just not as big of a deal for me, I guess. I mean, obviously, like it's like when I saw it, I was just like, okay. Like
there's a lot of style choices with regards to animation, like in general, even in just like traditional like drawing or whatever animation from Japan versus here that are completely different. Like you see frozen faces, you'll see all kind of, you see the, hey, let me freeze, and then there's a giant tear or sweat gland above my head for a certain emotion, and it looks completely unnerving to somebody that's never seen anime before. But that's the type of emotion that they're trying to evoke that's different from what it is here. And you got to remember, they're still Japanese.
Yeah.
So you're trying to tell me they made that dude spin like that for emotion?
Probably because they've been doing that for all this time. That's one of the others.
Because they didn't feel like doing anything.
That could be it.
I mean, that could be it. Or, I mean, they're not really trying to appeal to whatever the 2019 thing is in Japan.
Well, I guess 2019
that
means,
could be it.
2019 means it needs to be like Breath of the Wild. So
all I know is that
listen, you make a Pokemon like Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I think that's what a lot of people wanted. They wanted something like you could see all the monsters running on the field, and you have free roam to fight. You could fight in
no permanent XP share too.
Well, I'm saying, Abaddon, we know it.
The
we know
box is
getting
accessible
scale
anywhere. VC, you know that.
No reason for that. It should be back in the Pokemon Center.
You know okay. What? So you want it back in the Pokemon Center,
Yes.
your PC box? That's ridiculous.
Yes.
You don't want access to all your Pokemon wherever you're at?
You don't want the PC box? What?
Oh, that's ridiculous. That's
you don't want it
ridiculous.
streamlined.
That's ridiculous.
You know how much of a cop out that box is?
That's not
The game's already being a cop out for the mint.
That should have been the thing from the beginning.
Need to be?
That should have been the thing from the beginning.
Hold on.
Let me just pull up my PC. Oh yeah, totally.
Let me just pull out a damn Pokeball that has a Pokemon inside here, a Pokemon that's small, and then it gets big, and then it gets bigger. What are you trying to talk about logic for? There is no logic in Pokemon. It's a tiny little ball.
VC, I gotta ask you a question.
VC about the Pokemon box.
VC, I gotta ask you a question, man.
Animations, come on now.
Do you not value your time? That's valuing your time.
Yes, I do value it. And you know what I like to value? A great, enjoyable, challenging set of gameplay. Do you know that I unintentionally nuzlocked Sun and Moon version? Why are you
nuzlocking things when you could be battling online against trainers that are
what
better than you and getting better? What are you trying to challenge yourself with some type of weirdo all the difficulty? Go beat Shofu's ass in Pokemon. What are you doing nuzlocking yourself? I don't understand this. What are you doing? I'm gonna nuzlock and pick my nose and make myself
you make it like I can't play competitive online after the nuzlock.
Go online and beat the best player. Be number one in the world, VC. What are you nuzlock? I don't understand this nuzlock crap.
Could be the best.
You got people that can't win a single battle online. I'm gonna nuzlock today. You can't win a single battle online and you nuzlocking yourself. Go be a trainer.
Well, most of my Pokemon I would win with are not in the game.
Go win the damn Pokemon League.
Literally, Alakazam, Salamence, Dragonite.
You ain't number one on the old games either. You ain't number one on the old games. I don't want to hear that trash. Are you number one on Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon?
No, dog.
Are you number one? Are you number one on Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon? Are you?
Shield, I don't have it. No duh.
Are you number one on any Pokemon game that has online play? Are you number one?
Not currently
BC.
at this point.
Exactly.
I don't know what the point is.
Hold
What's
up.
the point?
Nuzlocking yourself. Go be the best trainer in the world since you're so damn good at the game, VC.
BC, you know what's ironic? This is the game that you're not getting, and I've heard from numerous people this is the most challenging game. And this is the game that you're not getting. You want a challenge, and I'm hearing from numerous people this is the most challenging game. That's the irony here.
I see. Me personally, I never heard that yet. Me
This game,
personally, so
Pokemon
you're the
games
first
aren't
person I'm hearing that
challenging.
from.
All you gotta do
I
is
haven't
level.
heard that either. So
I've heard that from numerous
Pokemon
people.
games aren't challenging. You know why they're not challenging? It's just how much time are you willing to spend. You can just level up more. That's all you got to do. Oh, you got beat up? Well, go level up. Come back. You'll win. There's no challenge in Pokemon games. There's never going. That's why people made up Nuzlocke.
You say the same thing about Dragon Quest 11, though. Come on, OJ.
man,
You say the same about Dragon Quest 11. I was getting my ass beat by Tyrion or someone like the other day, and
Yeah.
I literally had to grind levels for like 20 minutes. Like,
Yeah,
seriously.
that's what
like,
I'm saying.
That's
There's no
every
real-
RPG. You can't put that on Pokemon and be like, oh,
There's-
just Pokemon. You can't have this with
It's
just
not
Pokemon.
just Pokemon. What I'm saying is the challenge in Pokemon is becoming number one against other trainers. Not
Well,
saying,
graphics
I'm
ain't
only
number
going to
one.
collect in this area. I'm going to not collect
Animations
here.
ain't number
If a
one.
Pokemon dies, then he's gone. I'm going to release him. Oh, bye.
Well, who
Booger
said you
Bo
release him?
or
You put him
whatever.
in the dead box.
The
That's what I
Nuzlocke
do.
that people do are ridiculous. I find them, they can be entertaining. They can be entertaining for streams. I get that. But I'm just saying, like,
Nothing better than a fun challenge. Like, come on, like
Go
Sekiro,
online
it's a
and-
fun, challenging
go
game.
online and win.
Messenger, a fun, challenging game.
But those games don't have
Cuphead, a fun,
multiplayer.
challenging
Well, hold on.
Sekiro
VC,
doesn't have
yo, VC.
multiplayer.
VC, if you can't beat like 10 random players in a row in like in a league or something, I don't want to hear about challenge.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the challenge. I was
Like,
getting washed. I was getting washed in Diamond and Pearl, dude. I thought I was good. I had all these Pokemon VC. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna freaking win. I'm gonna
I
do
was
all
good. I
this.
got
Yo,
I got
Seriously, listen.
washed. Well, I was okay in
Right.
Pokemon Diamond
With
and Pearl.
Tail Glow is one of the best Pokemon. like,
Black
in
and
general.
white, I was getting washed.
Raises your stats for special attack by triple. And once you put that to a Latios Latias with a Baton Pass or even Jolteon, end of the game, literally. Like, I've
You realize they've been talking about Pokemon for a whole hour too, right?
Hey, I've been saying we should change the topic,
and
but
our difficulty levels in
the game
RPGs
is
aren't
game, man.
standard. There's lots of RPGs that don't
Yeah.
have difficulty levels. Some of them do, some of them don't. But not every single RPG has. They're not standard. That name that's an interesting name. Standard. What the hell is that? The standard? No. What's standard in RPG? I mean, maybe leveling. That's standard. But difficulty levels? No. I've played lots of RPGs that don't have any difficulty levels. I've played lots of RPGs that have difficulty levels. I mean, it's a multiplayer game though. That's where difficulty comes from. Is from
of course,
going
yes.
online.
And I played online
use of
all
the
the
word,
time. You
the
make it
use
like
of
I
the word
haven't put
standard in
thousands
this
of hours
conversation
into
is
Pokemon
hilarious to
game.
me.
Well, no. Somebody
is.
somebody in the chat said, "Oh, well, they're standard." No, they're not. There's RPGs
Standard all caps, huh?
there's RPGs that don't have difficulty levels too. I mean, like
I mean,
Well, I've put thousands of hours in every Pokemon game, from Ruby to Platinum,
Thousands?
Black 2,
You
thousands.
thousands. That's
The
what
levels
DC,
I have
no,
is
DC knows what he's
100
talking
on
about.
Sunday.
Pokemon game, not just in Pokemon, in every Pokemon game. You an OG.
Like in
I
total,
see.
yes, in total for all of the times I've played, and also Nuzlocke's on my PC. That I add that in for time too, because I've literally played countless runs.
People
of
in the
games.
chat that are saying stuff, I disagree. Nuzlocke is different. Bro, I know. I'm well aware of that.
You know, you've seen my streams playing.
I know that
Pokemon, right?
Nuzlocke, there's a different type of difficult. I know. I'm aware
There's also
of that.
Wonderlocks, which I did that in X version. That's so much fun doing a Wonderlock. You send a Pokemon away and you hope to get something good. You hope. There's a lot of Pidgeys, but if you have multiple, you of course
He
don't
said
need to
there's a lot
restart
of
it.
pages. There's
Hey,
a lot
man.
of pages.
That's the one. That's how the Wonder Trade is.
Let's not disrespect Pidgeys.
Yo, Pidgey's dope.
Hey,
I love, you know, PGO is my
Trash now.
favorite.
Got no Mega. Pidgey's trash. Let's
You
be
know
real
what?
here.
Pidgey.
You know what? I'm gonna slap the hell out. Don't talk about my Pokemon.
Yo,
We ain't no Pidgeys in.
Pidgey is
Barry,
crusty
you don't
butt
play
cheese,
Pokemon.
bro.
You want
No,
animation.
that's my favorite Pokemon.
You
so
want
y'all gonna
animation, the
back y'all gonna
Pokemon
back
game,
the
where you
F
just
up.
look at
Yo,
animations.
I'll
Barry
throw a
just
rock
wants
at it,
animations
and it'll
all
be
day.
done
Like where
immediately.
they're just and
Yo,
Pokemon are just
I like
anime,
how-
no
I like
gameplay.
how- I like how his favorite Pokemon is a second evolution, though. That's funny.
It is. You know what? I like the third evolution, but I hate how they named them. I hate
Okay.
Barry,
You know
Barry-
what? I'll give you a pass on that. 'Cause
I
Barry's
hate
the
how
type
they
of guy that holds
That's
down.
a good question for everyone though on the panel. What's your favorite Pokemon or favorite group of Pokemon if you can only think of a handful?
I'll just say Arcanine from the one original
Yes,
150.
me
There's too
too.
many.
Arcanine's your
There's too
favorite?
many.
Arcanine's
Yeah,
my
Arcanine's one of my
favorite.
favorite. Yeah.
Arcanine's
For me,
my
it's
favorite.
Blaziken, Tyrogue, and Kartana.
Okay, I'll give you that.
It's because
If
I
I
like
can think of another one.
Him on Chan and him on top.
I'll give you another one. Alakazam is another one of my
Oh
favorites.
yeah, I like Gengar more personally. I used Gengar a bunch of times. He's so good.
But yeah, I'm from.
Once they took away Levitate, they ruined him though. So
listen, I only played Pokemon from Red and Blue to Gold and Silver to Ruby and Sapphire. That took a long hiatus to X and Y.
Yo,
And
most people took a hiatus after Ruby Sapphire. Like that's like huge facts. Like I took a hiatus after
Well,
Ruby
you know
Sapphire.
what? We're not going to take a hiatus from moving on to the next topic, and that's going to be
nice.
Segue.
That's
Finally a good segue.
I've had a
That
couple.
was a great segue.
I've had a couple. The next topic here, and we're gonna, like I said, we can't go too long on this one because Abaddon's got to dip in a bit. And that is going to be the Game Awards. Jeff Keighley, he had just announced that the Game Awards are going to be here. When are they?
The nominees.
The nominees. When is it coming though? Like it's going to
Tuesday.
be Tuesday. And
Is it Tuesday this time?
Yeah, it's going to be the nominees for the Game Awards will be announced this coming Tuesday, 6 p.m. CET, noon ET, 9 a.m. PT.
Baron, what's the magic words?
Astral Chain
Gang.
It's I have a feeling that it's going to be Death Stranding Gang.
Nah, no.
Bruh.
Oh God.
I'll have
As
an
much
aneurysm.
as
his Twitter,
I'll
have you checked
seriously
his
just.
Twitter?
As much as I want to,
I'll lose my shit.
ain't
I
as
already
much
just
as I
made
want to
about
clown
Octopath.
OJ though, man, it would not surprise me if it happened.
I will cut the.
I will laugh.
if I see Death Stranding.
I will laugh.
I guarantee you, I will.
There's at least 30 plus games that have a higher score than Death Stranding. At least.
Yo, hold up.
And
Now,
that's not including remakes.
Now I got the ultimate question out of it for all of us now. With how crazy that YouTube has been in 2019, is it even safe to stream the Game Awards?
Is it even safe to even be a YouTuber with a $42,000
no,
fine hanging over
Yeah,
your...
just get canceled every day. It's fine.
It's definitely you. Like I said, the balance of power on YouTube is 70% establishment, which is copyright claim. Like I would even say maybe even 80 or 90. They can literally.
I'll say 98.9%.
Yeah, I mean it is very not that much. Maybe I would say 85, 80 because they can literally take your channel and obliterate you, and you can't do a single thing to them. So that's the problem, you know. But anyway, that's beside the point. You guys don't want to hear about that. You guys want to hear about these Game Awards. So Baron, you said that I saw your tweet. You're saying Astral Chain and Fire Emblem Three Houses. You're missing a game. You're missing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which is eligible for this year's Game Awards and has the highest
said that
rating.
to appease
Let me
us.
answer you.
That's all Jeff said that for.
I'm gonna answer you.
Okay.
I would have no problem with Smash Brothers being the third nomination from Switch.
Yeah.
Simply because it's
Me
a
too.
2018 game. I don't like the way they did it. They need to change their criteria so games in December can qualify for that year. And I want that to change. I want that to change because we've seen it with Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Now we've seen it with Smash Brothers Ultimate. But I'll have no problem.
Also.
If Death Stranding beats Smash Ultimate, that's when we riot.
Yeah, I have no problem with Smash getting in there, but it has to be the third game. It cannot be the first game, cannot be the second game. It has to be the third game. It is way more important for Astral Chain and Fire Emblem to get that nomination over a Smash Brothers. It's way more important and way more vital.
Makes sense.
And I believe those
Smash
games
Bros. May get
deserve it
Fighting
more.
Game of the Year. Smash Bros. May get Fighting Game of the Year.
No, it's gonna get Fighting Game of the Year.
I mean,
I don't know. A lot of people like Mortal Kombat 11.
Yo,
but
Mortal Kombat 11's gonna
Smash
win.
should
Oh my
get it.
god.
No,
Smash
it's
should
gonna
get
win.
it. I
Wow.
will say that.
No,
Smash should definitely get it.
Smash is rated higher. Smash
Smash sold way more, but I don't know.
way more.
Mortal Kombat was like one of the highest selling games of the year. Was it?
It was, but Smash literally obliterated.
Smash
obliterated,
is
yeah.
Smash
Smash
is
is
the
the
highest selling fighting game. Period.
It's
That
the highest
franchise.
selling fighting game of
But I
all
want to
time.
say this about the nominations. I've been saying this ever since a while. I've been watching all the coming out. Astral Chain holds strong. Fire Emblem holds strong.
The problem-
There's no way
here's
these
the
two
problem.
games can be snubbed.
Here's
There's
the
no
problem. Here's the reason why it gets
What if
snubbed.
Devil May Cry
There's
5?
no
Because Devil May Cry
Like,
5.
out of
Exactly.
nowhere, just walks
Are you about to say what I'm about to say, OJ?
Listen,
VC,
I have no
VC
problem.
just said it. Devil May
What?
Cry 5 is gonna beat. It's gonna beat it out. It's gonna beat out Astral Chain.
This is what I got. This is what I got to say.
Okay.
If Devil May Cry 5 is nominated, Astral Chain will be nominated.
No,
There won't be.
No,
there won't
they're
be
gonna
one
pick
of
one
the
or the other.
same
That's the
genre.
thing,
No,
it's
Baron.
not
I
gonna be
want
one-
it to be Astral Chain,
Okay,
but
let me say this
they're
for you.
picking one or the other.
There are no other games to nominate. What
there
part
are.
that you
Sekiro,
don't get
they're gonna
it?
throw
Yes,
Gears of War
Sekiro,
5 in
Resident
there just so
Evil.
They
Xbox
can't
has
throw
something.
Gears in there. Gears is rated too low. They can't
Hey,
throw Gears
Death
in there.
Stranding's in there.
Death
Death
Stranding,
Stranding,
they can't throw
Death Stranding
Death
the same.
Stranding are
Death
not
Stranding
going
can't
to
do
be there. That is done and over with. Get over y'all.
Baron,
So-
this is a Western
so-
show. This ain't a
Yeah,
Japanese
You're not
and
show.
getting
Come
it.
on.
And the games are going to get not. You're going to have Devil May Cry. You're going to have Sekiro.
We'll be
Shadow of the
lucky
Colossus
if we
Twice,
get both
Fire
Fire
Emblem Three
Emblem
Houses,
Three
Astral
Houses,
Chain,
and
and it
Astral
should be.
They're
Super
not going
Smash
to do all
Bros.
those
Ultimate.
games. What they're going to do?
This is go ahead. OJ.
Oh no, go ahead, Shadow Fox. I've been.
There's no way Gears getting nominated. Excuse me, it might be Borderlands instead of Smash, brother. But
Wait,
that's it. Those are the only games that can be nominated. There's nothing else that can be nominated, and that's one thing y'all not realizing. There
Well,
isn't
AI
a lot of
Silent
games that
File
can
should
be
be nominated. It was
nominated. There's
rated
only
high.
a handful, and Astral Chain and Fire Emblem make the cut at the top of the list every time. You can't snub those two games. It's
But
impossible.
we just told you why. You just ignored it.
Yeah, you.
No,
Yeah, like, it's not.
bruh.
Well,
Bruh,
multiple reasons though. There's multiple reasons.
You're
So
not listening. Those are the two highest rated games of the one.
But
two
it
of the
doesn't
two
matter.
highest rated
It
games.
it's not a matter about what
it doesn't matter.
It's not.
Yeah, what-
Wait,
Red
wait,
Dead
wait.
Redemption was rated
No,
higher
time
than God
out.
of
No,
War.
no. Devil May Cry is
It
rated
still was
higher.
nominated though.
Devil May Cry is rated higher than Astral Chain.
by one
Devil May
point.
Cry
Yeah.
has 3 different Metacritic scores, and one of them is 87. So
You're
go
gonna take
with
the,
whatever
you're gonna take
one
the
you
highest
want to.
one. You're gonna take the highest one out of the 3.
Well, they usually don't. Well, that's an 88.
Exactly.
Okay,
88.
Okay, and I just told you the nominations.
Yeah, so 88.
There's no other
87.
games rated that high. There's
there
no
is.
other games
But
rated
Exactly.
that high.
But dude, hold on. It's not about what's rated. It's about what's most critically acclaimed and what people are actually
What?
going out and buying with the rock. Why? There's
And
just so
I'm
many things
telling
going into
you,
that.
those are the games the reviewers and most fans.
Because you're
love
forgetting
the
about
most.
Borderlands 3. You're forgetting about Borderlands 3. You're forgetting
that's
about
rated
Outer
for-
Worlds.
No,
I'm
Nah,
I'm not-
y'all
I
missing
didn't forget
something
about
else
Borderlands
too.
3.
No, that game's
Like,
rated.
bro.
Dude, that game was like a
Borderlands
7.
3
That game was
was
like
the
a
only
7.
shooter that was
Fire Emblem
able
Three
to get
Houses.
a lot of shooters ain't gonna be able to get nominated, but Borderlands 3 is probably the only one, and that has an 86.
Borderlands 3 has a 79. What?
No,
Hey,
Borderlands 3 has
you
an
guys
86,
forgetting something. Y'all missing something
or
critical.
85.
No, it doesn't
Y'all,
matter.
Go ahead,
y'all
go ahead.
missing something critical.
Go ahead.
So Jeff Keighley has a list of panelists, right?
I know
These-
that.
These guest judges not only determine what's going to win Game of the Year, they also determine the nominations. So
Yeah.
Astral Chain can have the highest Metacritic whatsoever, right? If none of the panelists that are doing the nominations or the judging for Game of the Year, if they haven't played that shit, it's not going to be even nominated.
And guess what, Shadow Fox?
That's what's more critical. And
And guess
depending
what,
on,
Shadow Fox? And this is
Go
what I've
ahead.
been trying to tell these guys for the last few months. The people who represent those sites that are on that panel all gave Astral Chain a glowing review.
I gotta clear up.
So
this
I'm trying to figure out.
so do
Time
we
out,
know
time
who
out,
the
time out, time out,
panelists
time
are though?
I
I don't
clear
know.
up this
No,
nonsense
don't
in
know
my
who the
chat. You're gonna get.
panelists
You're gonna
are,
get unmodded.
No, we don't know
Don't ever
exactly
say
who the panelists are. I
I
don't
gotta
think he's
clear
going
up-
to name those people.
Baron,
Go ahead.
Let me clear
Go
up
ahead.
this trash in
Go
the
ahead,
chat
go
real
ahead, go
quick.
ahead.
Fire
What's
Blast.
happening?
If you don't shut your Zoomer self up, I'm gonna unmod you. Don't ever bring
Okay,
up
Zoomer.
God of War last year. God of War had like a damn 90-something rating, and you're gonna sit there and say Death Stranding has a shot. God of War had a 90-something compared to, it was like a 90 what? 96 or 95 or whatever.
It was a 94.
94
Yeah.
compared to the 97 or
80.
whatever of that.
Yeah.
You're
94
comparing that to freaking an 83. Do not compare those, okay?
That's not comparable.
That's-
It's not comparable. Stop bringing up your Zoomer logic
By
into
the
this
way, I
shit,
played
man.
Death Stranding. It's not the best.
I'm so sick of you bringing up this stuff like it's got a shot. It's got an 83, bro.
We
An
really talking about
83.
last year, the Sony Ponies first
How
Metroid
are you
game.
comparing that to God of War?
But that's what I'm trying to tell people. I'm like, I'm looking at who's part of the panel. I'm looking at the sites that actually reviewed all these games, and I'm also looking at how the gamers receive some of these games as well.
And I only said that because he's a mod. Sorry, I only said that because he's a
And-
mod.
I know, and that's why I came to the determination. There's just no way. Switch had such a dominating year. It has to have multiple nominations. It has to. It's like there's no other game you can sub out with because they just wasn't up to par.
I
Baron,
recommend
problem.
no
Baron,
one watches
now-
the award.
Now here's the difference. If Gears of War rated a 90, or if Outer Worlds came out was a 90, or if Star Wars came out and it was a 90 as well, then y'all can have an argument. But the argument here is there are no other games that rated that high, so you just can't do it.
Okay, Baron,
Baron,
I see what
we're
you're saying.
talking about this same Game Awards. where Wii was the lead console of the generation, clearly, and they actively ignored the platform, and Skyward Sword got snubbed.
Well, no, that was before the actual real Game Awards. Like that was before.
Well, I mean, that did happen, but what happened? What happened in?
But it happened for the same reason I'm talking about. Those judges didn't play that game, or if they played it, they didn't care for it. So
we know they played Astral Chain. There's no doubt about that.
Do we? We don't even know who they are.
Okay, he's never going to reveal who those people. He's just going to reveal who they work for. The sites that are represented on that panel all reviewed Astral Chain. All of them gave it praise.
He revealed who they were one year. I don't remember what year it was, but he gave a full list of who the judges and panelists were.
He stopped doing that because I think people were starting to harass those people. That's why he stopped doing it.
Here's the thing that we have to make sure that we guys. There's a certain score from every single year that you have to get in order to be a nominee for Game of the Year. So when I see people say Death Stranding, there's a certain average, like there's a cutoff, right? There's no games that I can see, and I went back and looked at all the other ones. The lowest that I've seen is I think an 80, like an 87 or 86. Like that's the absolute lowest.
The lowest was 87, and it was Spider-Man last year. That's the lowest.
That's the absolute lowest they'll go. You can't be having games that are 81 and 82.
They're definitely going to be going that low this year, though.
No, they're not, because we've got
there isn't that many games that were over to 90 this year, though.
It doesn't have to be 90. I'm just saying, they take whatever the top games are, and there's going to be enough games in that top aggregate. And 82.
And somebody in the chat said Travis strikes again for GOTY.
Oh get that shit out
82 and 83 is too low. Even with this year's crop, right? We don't have a lot of 90 games. We actually only have, in terms of games that are eligible, right? Like normally, we really only have 2 legit games that are 90. And it's just it's Sekiro and it's Smash. Those are the 2 games. Like if you're gonna count Resident Evil, that's a remake though, so whatever. So we got 2 games that have 90, but we got a bunch of games that have 87, 88.
But are they going by Metacritic or are they going by what those industry? Because they could just say, well, IGN gave it a 9, so
that's what they're going. But that's usually what you see though. If you look at the scores, right? IGN, GameSpot, these are all they have people on there. So if it gets a good score on there, that helps towards the Metacritic average, and you see that on there. So that's what I'm saying. Most of the time, it lines up. If a game is nominated for Game of the Year, it gets a good score on IGN. It gets a good score on GameSpot. It gets a good score on all these big sites. That's usually what happens.
OJ, what I'm saying though, I'm saying the game could have a lower Metacritic score, but if IGN or GameSpot gave them a higher review score than the consecutive average, then that game could possibly be considered too, depending on how many.
Well, I don't think so.
Looking at the history, that never happened because they go by the overall press as well.
Yeah, they go by the overall. Because look at Pokemon. Pokemon got a 9.3 on IGN. It's not gonna be it's not gonna be in the Game of the Year nominations. So, and GameSpot gave it a 9, right? GameSpot.
Well, it's kind of late too, so I don't. You're kind of close.
Because
the later the better, as long as they make the cutoff. That's usually how it works.
Yeah, I mean, Jedi Fallen Order. That looks like that's going to be really. That could be a game that actually.
Don't forget Mario Odyssey. Mario Odyssey was also nominated. It came out really late in the year.
Yeah,
October the 20th or something. I think it was
23rd.
Yeah, and it was nominated.
Yeah, anything that Jeff Keighley's. Anything right before the nominations is
and
qualified.
I'm saying you're and I'm Fire Blast, and I'm saying that you don't know what you're talking about. You clearly don't know what you're talking. If you said that review scores don't matter, it doesn't matter in the nominees. You don't know what you're talking about. You need to stop talking. Stop
Fire Blast. When it comes to stuff like this,
stop misleading the chat and saying that review scores don't matter. Why are you saying that review scores don't matter when it's very clear that review scores matter? Why are you talking?
Fire Blast. You're like a Zoomer hippie. You're like, scores don't matter, man. We don't need scores. We have our own imagination.
It's not reviews with the Game of the Year nominees. I have talked to some of these people that do this crap. Reviews matter. Your score matters. You ain't gonna see a damn 60 get Game of the Year. Reviews matter. Your review score matters.
Well,
I'm gonna stop misleading people.
I'm gonna say this. Star Wars obviously is not going to make the cut because they didn't even release the reviews yet. So that should already tell you what.
No, they had a poll order or something. They said they were not going to do any reviews until the game is fully out.
Yeah, so the reviews are embargoed too, though, but they still have access to them.
That's what I'm saying. And when you have a review embargo that goes past the release date, that usually tell you that's not Game of the Year quality. That don't mean it's going to be terrible, but that's not Game of the Year quality. That usually is the secret right there.
Well,
they did that with Death Stranding.
Nonsense. Review scores don't matter when it comes to the nominees. Yes, it does. What is this nonsense from an Elite Ninja, from somebody as
the
a
on-
mod? What is this nonsense? I don't.
The only way I would say it
mods.
won't matter
What
is
this
because of the
nonsense?
panelists. That was the only reason why I would say it wouldn't matter. But overall, it will. Like if there's a certain criteria to get it in front of the panelists, then yeah. But then once it gets to the panelists, though, it is really what they like the best. At that point,
And here's the
everything else
thing,
is out the window.
Here's the thing, Shadowfax. Once it gets to the panelists, now you have to nominate 5 or 6.
Yeah.
There's no way Astral Chain is not on the list. There's no way.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
It's a Western.
And with
It's
Switch being
impossible.
popular now, it's less likely that game would get robbed because that console is so popular now. But for Wii U, it was like pulling teeth to get anybody even nominated Wii U game.
And
they,
I know
they weren't
Keely's
playing them.
and I know Keely's sitting in the back of his head thinking about what they did to Bayonetta in 2013.
Oh my God.
I know he's thinking about that, and I'm
They
telling you,
but they got away.
that's
with this
going to
stuff.
propel. That's what's going to propel Astral Chain to get nominated, and that's what's going to propel to the game to win on December 12th.
That's
It's
right.
going to win.
Death Stranding ain't getting nominated. If Death Stranding gets nominated for Game of the Year, I'm gonna have a serious issue. Like I'm gonna have a very serious issue if Death Stranding gets
We're gonna
nominated.
see.
for
We're
Game
gonna
of the
see
Year.
soon. We're gonna find out really soon.
I'm gonna have a very, very serious issue if that game, or even
It's
for
gonna happen.
Gears. If that game
Bayonetta
gets
2 has a
nominated
92 on Metacritic.
And it got
for-
nominated, but
it
it
got
lost.
nominated, which is, I mean, it should have won Game of the Year, but
And that's the thing I don't
But
understand.
that's
Why
like
people
5 points away from Astral Chain, though. So that's 5 points.
But
That's a lot.
here's what you got to understand.
Hey, yo, fellas, yo, I gotta roll out.
all right, take it easy, Abaddon.
11:30.
All right,
Okay.
sounds good. I'll catch you later, Abaddon.
Catch you guys later. Peace, y'all.
All right,
Later, chat.
later, man.
Peace, y'all.
Yeah, and Bayonetta was nominated around what all the high scores were for that year. So you had to put Bayonetta in there,
And
Astral
it was
Chain
on a
falls in
dead
the same-
console, too. This is actually a Switch with a lot of units out there right
And
now.
that's what I'm saying. And if Platinum Games got nominated before, there's no way you can snub them. There's no way. No way.
If Devil May Cry does the snub, I'll be pretty mad.
If they use that to snub Astral Chain, that would suck. And they could possibly do that.
And I'm being quite honest with you. I don't think people really want Devil May Cry to be nominated.
I think they do.
Out of all those action games that came out, the most talked about ones were Astral Chain and Sekiro.
Yeah.
Well,
So
it's hard for me to trust them after the whole Bayonetta thing.
I feel you.
And the Octopath, I can't trust him, too.
Yeah.
The
Ooh,
music-
Octopath
my
was
God.
the worst.
The music.
That was
Yo,
the
Death Stranding's
worst.
going to win for music, and I know it.
It's gonna win like artistic direction. It's gonna win like something like they have like some weird old categories. It's gonna win.
Oh,
like something
yeah.
like that.
Death Stranding's gonna win best graphics or whatever it's called this year. Definitely.
I don't even know about that, man. I saw some of that clipping. The same clipping people were complaining about in Pokemon. I'm like, bilinear filtering, you mean?
Oh,
Like,
I seen it. This
Yo, Trial and error
Traversing
filtering, I
in Death
guess.
Stranding is the worst thing ever.
Yeah, and then you look in the background and you just see shit just like jumping into place, pixels popping. I can't, nah. But then you use that same complaint to say that that Xenoblade Chronicles X was a low end game. Like I can't. No, bro. What you're favoring is you're favoring realistic textures with the same fucking problem.
Yeah.
So you can't.
Death Stranding ain't getting nominated. It's not getting. It's and people will.
Not for graphics. It
will
definitely
lose
should.
if Death Stranding gets nominated for Game of the
It'll
Year.
get nominated for that.
Keely will lose all credibility with.
Oh, I
they'll
agree.
think-
But that's why I think he's going
not
to do
gonna
it.
that. He's
Listen.
not going to do it. I don't think that's what he's not going to
He'll
do.
lose
it.
all credit if somehow this game. I
This
want to
means
know.
3 strikes, you're out.
Yeah, I want to know if this game is nominated. I want to know who nominated it, why it's nominated, what score it was given at their press site, what's going on here. If that's, I will actually start. I will put on my journalist hat, which I haven't
Okay.
put on.
OJ.
I will put on
OJ,
my. I need to know.
I would bet you your white Wii U in the background back there that they will at least come up with some kind of special recognition for that game.
Oh, okay. I think yeah, dude.
Oh,
that
they're
was
going
badass.
to give
Come up with a
Kojima an
category.
award. They're going to promote him. Like, oh, Kojima's here. And then they'll be like, oh, here's a special update to Death Stranding today. And
No, I think Death Stranding
some
can
stuff
be,
like that.
To be honest, the way that Death Stranding plays, I think that Death Stranding can be good for a lot of people. If you put yourself in that atmosphere, I think Death Stranding can be a very good game.
I wish it had an actual multiplayer and the opportunity where you can not play as normal.
Well, I mean, yeah, it would have been
Like you can create your own character
Yeah,
and
I
build
agree.
everything.
That actually would have been. That
It would've
sounds
been
like
much
a great
better.
idea.
That would've-
the way
been a way
connecting
better
of the
idea.
bridges that people do and all that, I like all that.
I
think
talked about that too as well. I said it would have been better if it was a creative character and then that makes sense. Like, oh, there's all these other porters that are different people, not Norman Reeduses that are kind of Norman Reeduses, but in your mind, you have to tell them they're not Norman Reeduses. They're other people porters, but they're doing things, but they're not Norman Reeduses, even though they're playing
especially if that's what you're reduced to in the game anyway. Like it doesn't really matter who the character is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because they wanted the movie. I mean, obviously, money. They
wanted to make a movie, and then he's like, "Oh, wait, I was supposed to make a game. Whoops."
The game can be cool. The game can be cool at times.
So hold on.
Yeah.
I gotta figure this out because I have a question to ask y'all.
Yeah.
So let me see. Let me look this up real quick. So what's the plan?
Oscars and Game Awards aren't the same thing. Stop comparing. You people in the chat, man. Oscars and Game Awards aren't the same things. It's not.
He said Oscars.
Whoa, so not the same.
It's not the same. Why are you why are you using the fudging Oscars?
Now the closest thing that you'll find.
No. I'm gonna say this one last time for the chat.
Tournaments.
Chat.
And
one
Smash
last time
Bros is like video game awards. They don't make as much money.
I have looked at every single nomination dating back to 2014, and there is a certain criteria of review score that X or Y game needs to get in order to be nominated for Game of the Year.
They may change the criteria this year.
If you don't believe me, go back and look from 2014. There is a certain level. It's not the fudging Oscars. It's not Oscar the Grouch. It's not the Golden Globes. It's not what Fire Blast thinks. Okay? All right, guys? Do some of you guys just not trust me on this one? I'm feeling that there's not. Do I need to make a video? I'm feeling there's not enough trust from you guys.
They ain't even watching your videos. I saw what some people were saying on Twitter, like, "Oh, I want to hear what you said about this," and you're like, "Oh, I made a video."
Do you guys not trust me on this one, or is there something wrong? I'm feeling like there's not enough trust between us on this one here. When I said that I've researched things, guys, is that what's going on? This is why I got so many regulars.
The Hokage, what?
Which is fine. So here, you can challenge me when I don't know something, but I'm telling you guys this is what it is, and you guys seem like, well.
So here's the thing, man. There's been 6 nominations for the past few years, so I expect that to stay the same. What are the 6?
I already said it. Sekiro, Smash Bros. If we were to put 3 Nintendo games in, we'll throw Fire Emblem, Astral Chain. Then I, of course, said Death Stranding because Jeff Keighley's gonna do it, and Xbox needs something, so Gears 5. And that's if they do 6. I think they could do 8. And if they do,
that's
everything last year. So
Gears is going to be nominated because it's in the Microsoft Theater. It's going to happen.
Oh, then yeah, it has to. No, you're right.
Microsoft didn't have one last year.
Gears.
They're gonna lower it to 83, OJ. It's gonna be from 85 or 86 to 83. They're gonna lower it specifically for Death Stranding.
Okay, here's the thing. If I'm wrong,
they're gonna nominate it for something.
Panel and chat. If I'm wrong,
I'm talking about just Game of the Year category.
I give you guys.
Not Game of the Year. Not Game of the Year.
Yeah.
There's got to be 6 nominations for Game of the Year category. There has to be 6.
I gave 6.
3 of them have to be switched because there's just no other games to nominate.
What's your nominations again, VC?
I said if we were to have 3 Nintendo games in it, well, we're gonna start with Sekiro, which is not a Nintendo game, of course. Then there's Astral Chain, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Personally, I'd like Mario Maker 2 in there because Mario Maker 1 in the past was in the nominations, but I don't expect it this time around. Then, of course, Gears of War 5 for Microsoft, and as Shaftbox said, it's in the Microsoft Arena or whatever, the theater, whatever it is. And then Death Stranding. They're gonna throw Death Stranding in there.
Xbox One doesn't have another game to be nominated for Game of the Year. They really don't. Like, so it has to be like Gears. I'm thinking
they didn't have nothing the last couple of years. That's not going to change it.
Yeah, they ain't putting Crackdown up there. Like,
have they had it in the Microsoft Theater every year?
I think they had it before. I don't know if they had it last year, but
see, this is going to cause corruption, though. You talk, it's a Microsoft Theater, so it has to have.
OJ, there's always corruption.
They got to sign that deal.
I want to know what your 6 are.
And they rated a perfect score. Like, no, that's
But Death Stranding still, but it caught up to it though, because it has an 83.
So OJ, what's your 6 is?
Yeah,
not Death Stranding's.
Death Stranding is not happening, but
listen. I don't want Death Stranding either, but it's like let's be real here. It's a Western show. Jeff Keighley's in the game. Kojima's his butt buddy. Like, come on, like
Japanese.
Doesn't mean anything.
You said it's a Western show. It's a Japanese game.
No, but like it's appealing to the Western audience. That's the point of it. That's fun. Yes, that's 100% what's going to happen. I thought
Western audiences only care about shooters.
Oh, not of Sony pimping.
The only shooter people care about nowadays is Fortnite and Call of Duty once in a blue moon. Like, that's it.
OJ, what is your 6, man? I want to know what your official
Man,
6 is.
I don't know.
It's Thursday.
I'm mind.
So you gotta give us
I'm
official
mind.
6.
You know what? With this Death Stranding talk, bro. Y'all getting me
It's
scared
not
as
happening.
hell. Anyway,
not
listen.
Yo,
my
what was
six-
your worst memory in Death Stranding? I want to hear right now, real quick. What was the worst part of Death Stranding that you went through?
When I put too many damn packages. Oh no! When I was going down, like there was like somebody was like, "Oh, I left you a ladder here," and I didn't look. And I just like went down the ladder and it led me to my death. There was not another ladder or anything.
Shit.
Like it just, dude literally just trolled me. He just put a ladder there. I was like, I should have looked. Obviously I should have looked, but I didn't. And I just went down the ladder and I was like, oh snap. There was no other ladder and I just slid off and I died like delivering some packages. I was like, dude, this is stupid. But I delivered the package. I went back to the base and I delivered the packages, whatever. But anyway, that's my worst memory so far of it. But I mean, it's okay. My nominees. Okay, for sure, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has to be there based off the criteria. It has to be there. Sekiro, for sure, Sekiro. That game is going to get nominated for sure. Fire Emblem Three Houses, that's going to be nominated as well. Fire Emblem Three Houses. I think that Star Wars. I think that Star Wars is going to slip in somehow.
I don't know how you thinking.
Star Wars is going to slip
Now that's
in.
a hot take.
Somehow, some way, Star Wars is gonna get in there with like an 86 or an 87. It's gonna slip in there. Next up is Devil May Cry 5. That's gonna get in there.
He said Star Wars. Good Lord, bro, you bugging.
And then there's another game that I'm missing. And then I think that there's probably like some type of indie game that's like rated highly. That's
Untitled
gonna
Goose Game.
No, that's not rated super high. There's
Yeah,
like
I know.
There's like
It's
some
not
type of
today.
indie game where they're gonna be trying to Contrarian or something like that. And that game.
Nah, they're really in any game that rated that.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Like those are my 5. And then I'll say if maybe Astral Chain, maybe not. I just have a feeling.
It's gotta be there.
See how hard it is to omit Astral Chain? There's no way you can.
It
You
is
can't.
hard. But there might
It's
bend the
too
rules.
hard.
They might say,
Can't do
"Oh,
it."
Resident Evil remake." All of a sudden, that game's in this time. So then, if that Resident
Yo,
Evil
they're
remake,
totally
gets
gonna do
in,
that. That's a good point.
they might try to
can't
bend the
do that.
rules this year out of nowhere.
And it's like, what about Dragon Quest XI remake? Oh, that's a thing.
No,
No,
that
that's
opens
not
up
gonna
Pandora's
happen.
box.
That's exactly
bro.
how
They
it
can't
is.
do it.
They're not going to do
open up
that.
Pandora's
But they're going to
box.
say, "Oh, well, Resident Evil remake." All of a sudden, that it qualifies.
I was
But
just
then-
about to say Resident Evil 2.
But then they'd say that, "Oh, well, Link's Awakening, that's not going to get in for game, even though it has like 88 or whatever. It could be."
That brings in too much stuff. That brings in Link's Awakening. That brings in Dragon Quest S. That brings into every. They can't.
They
do
do
it.
need a remake category.
They had a remake category. They're bringing it back. I'm pretty sure they're bringing it back. It's just too many remakes right now.
I mean, like Resident Evil 2, it's like I don't want that to be in, and here's the reason why. Like I said, it opens up a can of worms.
Yep, opens up Pandora's box, man.
It got 34% on the poll for IGN.
It opens up too many cans of worms because it's like, okay, well, what if they remake the game again,
Yep.
and then it's on and it looks even
or
better?
Well, at that point, any Switch port counts.
Like, what if they rework it again and again? What if we get Resident Evil 2 again next generation or 2 generations from now? They make Resident Evil 2 again. Game of the year. Game of the year.
Hey,
It's like,
Resident Evil 4 should be game of the year, so any Resident Evil 4 port will win every year.
That's what I don't
it's
want.
not- it's
I
not
don't
just
want
that.
It's not
not
the
just-
Switch port. There's no motion controls.
It's not just that. It's just the fact that everybody's doing a lot of remakes. So how can new games ever get the nomination if you're just gonna keep renominating the games that already won Game of the Year a decade ago?
Yep.
Over a decade ago. You can't do it. That's why I know they're not gonna do it. There's
Like,
no way.
I don't even
We
want
could literally do this every freaking year if they do that.
I don't even want
If
Xenoblade
they do
1 as
games
game of the
whatever.
year. Like next year when Xenoblade 1 comes out and Trials of Mana, those are my 2 favorite. Those are gonna be like 2 maybe of my favorite games of the year. But I don't want them as game of the year. Those are remakes. That's different.
I think
It's
they're
a
going to
different
nominate
game.
Resident Evil 2, though. That's good. That's scary, but I think they're going to do it.
Nah,
If they
I doubt
do,
it.
then that's already credibility lost again.
Yeah.
He knows he can't do it. They're gonna bring back the category, the remaster remake category. They'll bring it back.
Hold on. Let me tell you what IGN has on their list far right now. From the beginning of the year anyway. This is, I think, until June. They had Days Gone on there.
Ugh.
The Division 2.
What article is this?
Apex Legends.
It's gone.
Mortal Kombat 11.
No.
Shadows Die Twice, which should have the highest, and then Resident Evil 2 Remake, which had the highest percentage on the poll that they did at the beginning of the year. I want to say July of 2019.
Wargroove was a great game. Maybe that would be the indie game of the year.
That'd be awesome.
It was rated pretty highly.
Wait, hold up. Wait a minute.
Wargroove, yeah. Strategy RPG,
Yo,
custom maps. create your own campaigns.
Wow, this is crazy. I forgot the MPD came out today.
Oh yeah, MPD is today. Huh? we gotta wait for next.
Yeah,
week
we gotta wait for next week. But this is surprising what I'm seeing. This
what
is
do you see?
kind of.
What do you see? Okay, we're gonna.
It shouldn't be surprising.
What do you
Switch
see?
is
What do you
selling
see?
well.
We'll end it right here because I actually have to get ready for the Pokemon stream.
Okay. Here's the surprising part. Luigi's Mansion came in at number 3.
Oh yeah.
I knew that game was
Number
gonna
3.
wow. But three's
On the same
high.
day.
It came out on the 31st.
Yeah, on that
That's
day.
insane.
Good. Yeah, that's really good.
And Luigi's Mansion 2 was a slow burn. So
Yeah, it took a while for it to sell its 5 million or whatever.
That is a Ring Fit Adventure came in at number 10. Oh my god.
Well, we knew that. We knew that
I'm
game
even
was selling.
considering getting it. Honestly, at this point, it
We-
looks
no,
pretty good.
I gotta get that.
Dude, that game was selling from day one, and in Japan, that game is that game is selling 50-something
Flying off
thousand
the
units
shelf.
a week. It's like that's really good. If you can sell for a fitness game 50K, it's like consistently being sold out in many different stores for like that big box, because Nintendo's not gonna ship like 1 million of those.
Hey,
like, every week,
here's something that might get some of the chat mad. Guess what made its return to the MPD charts in October?
Don't
Okay.
say,
No, it's return. It's an old game.
Oh shit.
Return.
Mario Kart 8.
Mario Kart ain't been on every MPD. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
it's gonna stay on there.
Astral Chain,
I was hoping it wasn't on there.
No, not Astral Chain.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
No, think a little bit harder.
Is it Switch?
Yep.
Ooh, what's good?
Please say Damon X Machina.
Mario plus
No.
Rabbids.
Here's the funny part. It's Overwatch, and that's strictly on Switch.
Wow.
Wow, that's
So
weird.
people went out and bought Overwatch.
Oh no, Overwatch is huge.
And if
so
it's
I'm not gonna buy
MPD,
it.
that's physical only, right?
Yeah, that's physical only. So people went out and bought Overwatch on the Switch.
People are
Wow.
wild for buying that physical
What
version.
position? What chart? What?
It came in at number 16.
Okay, so decent. Probably not
Damn.
nothing crazy, but decent launch.
That's insane.
Pretty damn good for a 3-year-old port.
And
Pretty
here's the
good
thing.
for a
Here's the
port
thing.
without a
The Witcher
cartridge.
3. The Witcher 3 is not on here. So people really went out and bought Overwatch over Witcher 3.
Yo, whoever bought Overwatch over Witcher 3,
Well,
you
'cause-
must be sipping on some. I don't know.
No,
You-
I'm gonna
yeah.
tell them thank you
Bleak,
for
baby.
supporting
'Cause
Iron Galaxy. That's what I'm gonna
Overwatch
tell
isn't on the cartridge, is it?
Oh,
You have to
no,
download that one,
there's
right?
yeah,
It's a
them.
code,
So
yep.
people went out and bought the little empty package. So
Instead of an
Wow.
actual full package. See,
A
this is
32
the
gig
problem with
card.
gaming. This is the problem. You are the problem, people.
No, the problem is they should be doing it on a cart, but I understand they didn't do it because they probably had time restrictions to get the game
people
out.
being cheap as hell. It's $40.
Yeah, it took a year and a half for them to even do that
Nah,
for it.
it's
But-
It's $40, and there's infinite replay value with Halo. Or sorry, with Overwatch. That's why.
Yeah, and it had a lot to do with it. It was $40, Nintendo Online membership as well. So they
Yeah.
probably pushed it. They probably
But
pushed it.
that's the easiest money maker though, because you could just have like a gigabyte card
1,800
that just
viewers.
has the executable in there, and you load the servers, and that's it. Like it shouldn't even be. They should be making money off that.
I don't care how y'all feel. I'm actually happy to see that.
No,
That makes
it's
me
cool.
happy.
I'm happy for Iron Galaxy. I mean, screw Blizzard, but I'm happy
Exactly.
for Iron Galaxy.
Screw Blizzard. Like,
Like,
This
screw
shows
Blizzard.
third parties that if you get your stuff out there,
I
gonna
don't
buy
like
it.
Blizzard.
But they don't care.
Never like
So-
Blizzard. So screw Blizzard.
So for the longest time,
I mean, Blizzard do carry. Overwatch 2 is coming to Switch day and date. So
well, that's
but
because
this
that'd
is-
be dumb if it
They
didn't.
obviously
Though,
care.
because the engine's already
this
there.
this
So-
is my problem with
Yeah.
this. I'm gonna step on my soapbox real quick again, because like so for the entire 6th generation, PlayStation 2 was the lead platform despite being the weakest hardware because it was a shitload of PS2s out there. So the Wii took off, they fucking ignored it. Now you got the Switch taking off, they're fucking ignoring it. Use it as the lead platform. It'll be a hell of a lot easier for you to port to PS4 and Xbox One and Scarlet and all this other kind of shit.
They ain't using it as a
here's the
lead
thing.
platform.
you
Here's the
start
thing.
there,
As
it's
long
crazy.
as it says Nintendo on it, they will stay
Hey,
1,000
hey,
feet
hey,
away
hey,
from it.
But
That's
I'm
really
speaking as a project manager and somebody that if you're gonna code, like why the fuck would I want to code something, or now I got to spend extra money to pay somebody to port to Switch? Like why would I do that when I could build that in house? It doesn't make any sense the way they're doing this. It's so fucking ass backwards.
Well,
it's
because it
their
came out
money,
late.
so that's the way they want to do it.
It came out because it came out late because it came out in the mid of what they were already doing.
Well, they can start over now because Scarlet and PS5 are coming out, so they can start with Switch and then port up.
But they don't here's the thing. They don't want Nintendo. They don't want Nintendo.
They don't want them in there. Yeah,
to be standard. Like
they're not part of the club.
That. They don't, and that's fine. If they don't want it, they don't want that. Developers want things as
Nintendo is
close as
that kid by himself at that table who no one likes, but they're the one that becomes Bill Gates. Like,
yeah, dude, I'm telling you, they're that kid that nobody likes, but you got to talk to him because at some point you're gonna need him.
They're innovators.
At some point you're gonna need him, or you're gonna want him.
There's conversations like you can find YouTube videos of people like shit talking Nintendo about Wii U in the past too, like EA developers like shit talking, like it was one of the talks that what's that guy's name that used to be a PR guy for Platinum Games? I can't remember his name, but he was giving
JP Kelms. He was a developer as well. JP
yeah,
Kelms.
he was giving a talk to a panel of developers, and he started talking about Wii U and how he started doing 101 and Bayonetta and shit, and like developers were laughing in the background and shit. So it's ridiculous, and that is inside the inner circles. Those talks happen.
I agree.
It's bad, but they happen.
Literally, like kids nowadays, like Mario, play Fortnite. Like that's how kids are. Like kids don't like Nintendo as much. Like unless they have a family who put them onto Nintendo, kids don't like Nintendo.
But they'll wear that Mario shirt though to look cool. Go figure.
I don't know, man. More kids are playing Nintendo because of the portability of the Switch. Like I see, like when I was doing some football coaching with the school that I used to live next to. Like there was definitely some kids that were.
We're not saying that there aren't people playing Nintendo, but we're saying if your parents play Nintendo, you're playing Nintendo. If the parents don't even play video games, the chance you play Nintendo, especially nowadays, it's not likely.
It depends. I mean, the Switch
that's how it is.
It depends, but the Switch is so popular, it's kind of transcended. It's cool, right? Like to have a Switch after school,
cool now.
It's cool. Like kids will be out there, like by their cars, sitting there. You know what I'm saying? Playing. Like at my old high school, when I was just the other day to make a donation to the fund or whatever. The kids were out there with their Switches, and I was like, "Oh, okay." So kids, I mean, are like back like before the Switch came out, like they were never talking about Wii U. They didn't pull out 3DSs. They didn't do that. I mean, you saw little kids do that, but you didn't see older kids. But I'm seeing 15, 16-year-olds pull out their Switches after school while they wait.
There's people my age, 20, 24, who like do the same thing.
College is crazy. You see it in college all the time. In college,
the social aspect is strong.
That's parties too.
That's why that's my tagline. Do you play games to have fun or to impress other people? Like the social aspect is strong. My own son he's still part of that now. Like he was the guy where he grew up playing Nintendo games, and then like right around the time of the 7th generation or whatever, everybody was playing 360. Who wasn't playing 360 at the time, right?
Oh yeah.
So and he's like, well, all his friends play on 360, so he's not playing nothing but 360 because you want to get online and talk to them. Well, what happened in the beginning of the 8th generation? PlayStation 4 comes out, it starts taking off. He don't want nothing to do with Microsoft no more. And I'm like, and it's funny because it's funny to see in a household because we have all the consoles and everything. It's funny to see that dynamic and see that change. Like he literally is like, well, I was playing on the Xbox One, but I know I got all my friends and stuff on here, but I don't care about those friends no more. All my other friends are on PlayStation 4, so I want to go play with them. And that literally happened. So it's so strange. And unfortunately, there are grown ass people that still follow those same concepts. My son was in high school at the time, so I understand why it was impressionable upon him. But there are grown ass people that still think that way, and it's crazy.
Like 40-year-old people, it's wild.
Yes.
Well, go ahead, Bear.
So here's something interesting I want to point out. For some people who are a little bit, on the Overwatch versus Witcher 3. Witcher 3 did chart on the Switch chart though. It came in at the 8th best-selling Switch game of the month. There were 7 Switch games on the top 20, and Witcher came in at number 8 on as a best-selling Switch game of the month. So 7 Switch games made the top 20, which the number 8. So Witcher,
but
it's probably around 30.
Was one of them New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Please don't tell me if it's that.
No, I'm gonna read the 7 Switch. Luigi's Mansion 3, Ring Fit Adventure, Link's Awakening, Mario Kart 8, Smash Ultimate, Overwatch, Breath of the Wild. That's crazy. Is that the first time 2 Legend of Zelda games?
Breath of the Wild gonna continue to sell.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild. It's been on like the top 20 for since it launched.
No,
even
I mean
Breath of the Wild 2's coming
has
out.
that ever happened in? Is that a
two Zelda?
Yeah, because Zelda typically doesn't sell well like that. So yeah,
2 Zelda games in the top 20 at one time. That's crazy.
I don't know if we might have had it with like a Game Boy Zelda and maybe something else, but usually Zelda games don't come out. like usually we don't have the legs, right? Zelda games don't have the legs that this game has. This game has like hella legs. So that's the reason why we see that, you know.
And there's usually a big gap in between releases as well. So even in between like the Zelda NES and Super NES versus Game Boy, that was a long time. Like
there's usually gaps,
2-3 years.
Or it's front. Zelda games might be a little bit more front loaded, or like just they tail off. Like Skyward Sword, like it's like 3 days. Like, I mean, it sold like 4 million in like 2 days, and like nobody bought the game afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like usually they just drop for Zelda games. They don't have the legs like they use, like you would see for like a Mario Kart or something. But Zelda has that lasting appeal. Just because it's a completely different type of, you know, Zelda game. I mean, it's so highly rated, obviously, that helps. But we're going to have to wrap it up for this one here, guys.
Q&A.
Yeah. No,
we would have done Q&A.
It's almost 12.
We would have done Q&A, but I got a Pokemon stream that I'm going to prepare for, so we're going to be playing Pokemon tonight. So yeah, you guys can come ask me questions in my Pokemon show. I'm going to cut the stream off, then I'm going to turn it back on. So there's going to be Pokemon right after this. So if you want to watch Pokemon, don't go anywhere. Pokemon's going to be here. We're going to do some outros. And then we'll wrap it up. Then we'll get into Pokemon. So, Baron, where can they find you at, man?
Y'all can find me on Jeff Keighley's Twitter all the way up to Tuesday. That's where I'm going to be at because I'm going to ram this in his head. If this happens, if justice ain't served, if the right thing ain't done, it ain't even justice. It's not injustice or nothing. It's like the right thing. There's nothing else you can do. He's going to have hell to pay.
Well, and that will be Thursday.
Everybody's going to pay.
Thursday hell that you'll be paying, right? Because that will be 2 days after what we hear what the nominees are.
Oh, no. So, once I hear the nominees, I'm going live immediately.
I know, but then also...
Either I'm going to be pissed or I'm going to have a party. It's going to be one or the other.
It sounds like you're going to be pissed.
But then...
I think I'm going to have a party.
But then... You're also going to have to come and do that again because we're going to have to talk about it again on the TV podcast. That's what I'm saying. Like, so
we're going to keep talking about Death Stranding till it's the Game Awards.
Oh, my gosh.
And then the week after, we'd be like, the Game Awards aftermath.
People out here, people streaming the game out here really trying to like Death Stranding. No, I'm not saying that people don't like it, but people out here really trying to talk about
exaggerating.
Yeah, really trying to talk about like I've been watching some people.
That was so fulfilling of a delivery. Like,
wow. Really trying to. I'm like, oh wow, that was. They're just freaking walking across the snowy field. Oh yeah, that was really. Oh, I really.
And then they trip over a small little rock. Like not your natural.
I mean, like you don't. I mean, if you're enjoying the game, that's fine. But don't be sitting here acting like I really enjoyed delivering that package. Like, come on, bro. Just know it's the experience. But nah, I mean, come on. Like there ain't nothing awesome about that. Like I said, some people are faking the hell out of it. I can see that. I'm just like, all right, I see.
I agree. It's the Kojima effect. It's the Kojima points. It's the Kojima dingling. They like to take it. They like to take the wood, like you, Baron, right?
Yo, VC.
I just had to throw one in there.
Legit.
Fox, you're here. Shade Boys. Look at us in the shades.
Bro, I was watching a streamer legit said, man, that package delivery was great. The dude literally just walked across a damn field. He just walked across the field. That was good.
I'm glad I sent that right back to Redbox 2 days later. I played for like 8 hours.
Like, bro, all you did was walk across the field.
Like how are they gonna make an open world that's literally unable to be traversable on foot?
No, you can't. I'm just saying, like, no, look, I'm not trying. Like I said, the game can be fun. There's some fun to be had, but like, don't be sitting there and saying, "Oh, I had fun delivering that package." When all you did was just walk. He just walked. He crossed the freaking ladder. Okay, a ladder that was there that somebody left, and he walked some more and delivered the package. And he was like, "Oh," I'm like. Bro, I just did that mission. Like, all you did was freaking walk. You didn't do anything. Don't sit here and act like that was amazing.
They hear that music, that licensed music, they think, oh, I'm on a journey. Oh, yeah. Well, you know what's a good journey? The game journey. That Death Stranding seemingly was based off of.
OJ.
Sims.
Bruh.
What?
You need to see what just happened in the Browns and Steelers game.
What happened? Anyway, Shadow Fox, or VC, where can they find you at?
Oh my God.
I put the link in the chat. You can follow me on Twitter at VCIPZ. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel at youtube.com/VCIPZ. Got music, videos.
I'm finna tweet it.
Got an Elgato capture card coming tomorrow and a new EP coming in a few weeks.
Why did Myles Garrett club Mason Rudolph over the head with the freaking helmet? Does he want to kill him?
Oh,
I need to see this, bro. I need to see this.
Shadow Fox, where can they find you at, my man?
In Bizarro World, you can find me on a Spawncast with a Dreamcast guy and Super Metal Dave. But in the real world, you can find me on Twitter causing.
Oh, they started beating his. Oh, they're kicking him. They're kicking him, punching him.
Wow.
Is this happening right now?
Oh no, they're literally
Happened 15 minutes ago.
with
I gotta
Myles
see
Garrett.
this.
They're kicking and punching. A bunch of Steelers were kicking and punching Myles Garrett, and Myles Garrett keeps on fighting. Rips off his helmet again. Oh my gosh, crazy fight.
So we jumping people in. Oh, here we go. And I just got to know.
He ripped off it. No, guys, this is dangerous. He can kill somebody. So the guy sacks him as the quarterback. He rips off his helmet, and then he clubs the quarterback over the head with his own helmet, which could kill you. That's blunt
He
force
said
trauma.
Myles Garrett totally failed to respect the difference between consensual and non-consensual brain damage.
Oh my gosh, I've never. He clubs him over the head with this helmet. That's a year-long suspension. What do you think?
I think it's indefinite. It could be indefinite. That's like killing someone. Like
He's
killing
killing
someone around the head with a
charges.
frying pan.
That's
Like,
assault.
He's done, bro.
Oh my gosh,
I'm trying to figure out what caused it. I don't see why they
because freaking
He
Myles Garrett
snatched it off. Ooh.
Myles Garrett took him down. He took him down, and then he twisted him. He twisted him and took him down, and Rudolph took exception to that. And then he
Did you see the lineman though?
Yeah, the lineman started
shit out of
punching
him.
and kicking him on the ground. Oh my gosh. That might be more than a year. That might be a year and a half.
That's a year.
Boom.
That's a whole
Oh
year.
my god.
Yo,
That
and then they
was
started
bad.
beating the shit
That
out
was
of him.
really
Nice.
bad.
That's what he gets.
That
That's
is.
bad.
Sorry if I
I've
cursed.
played
Sorry,
football.
but-
Okay, anybody who's played football,
Oh
that
my
is.
God.
Yeah, he
That is a
hit
cardinal
good,
rule
too.
that you don't break. You can push and shove between two people, but you don't take off somebody's like you can punch somebody. Here's the rule, guys. If you're fighting against somebody in football and their helmet comes off, you can punch them. Okay, you punch them, you're gonna get ejected. You might miss a couple games, but you can't take something and use it as a weapon. That's
assault, man.
That is that is a rule that
man.
you can't do as a player. You can't do that.
That was bad.
You can't
Okay,
do that.
I see why Myles Garrett took his helmet off. He kicked him after he sacked. Rudolph kicked him in the nuts after it looked like
Yeah,
he
then
hit
he
him in the nuts.
snatched his
But it's
helmet.
one thing. Okay, but I
But you
get that.
still don't
Darren.
snatch nobody's helmet off.
But you can't take off. Okay, then kick him back in the nuts or punch him in the
Yo,
face.
if
Or
someone snatched my helmet, I'd hope OJ would kick him in the nuts.
you can't. You can't.
No. The quarterback kicked him in the nuts when he sacked him. That's what happened.
Yeah, when he was on the ground, and so
when he
he
was on the
snatched his
ground.
helmet
But you
off.
still don't snatch his.
Yeah, but okay,
the hell
okay.
are you
The nut
doing?
kick is not good. But anyway, all right, guys, that wraps it up for this show right here. That wraps it up. I mean, nut shots can do permanent damage too. You know, so I mean, but that
Always
was a dirty.
knock on wood when you hear about that.
That was a dirty
Oh
tackle
my
by Myles.
God,
It was a
bro.
dirty tackle by Myles Garrett. It was a
Cups
dirty.
on,
That man could
boys.
have got
Cups
knocked
on.
out, bro.
Oh my gosh, that's nuts! You guys go check it out. It's on ESPN.com if you guys want to look. You guys can watch.
It's
the
on
fight
Twitter.
Right
It's on.
It's bad. It's everywhere
bad.
now.
It's scary.
That's
It's
the
very
worst
scary.
I've seen in a while.
He
bro.
Yo, I
he
used
like
to play hockey, and like hockey's pretty vicious
he
too. But
flush clubbed him
he
with that helmet.
tried
Dude.
swinging, clubbing him with that.
It wasn't a
No
complete.
protection,
It
right
wasn't
in
a
the dome.
complete. Like it was like a 50%.
Yeah, in slow motion. That's a clean hit.
It was a clean hit, but it wasn't 100% like crown of the helmet, like right on. Like it was.
Yeah.
It was a little bit off the side. I mean, it's still clean, hit him flush, but it wasn't like 100% clean. Like we're gonna knock him out, like a knockout blow. You know. But man, that's scary, dude. That's
So
scary. That's so
Oh
scary.
my
Yeah.
He could have killed that man.
Could have killed him. Yeah, that could have been a
Easily.
death right there.
Oh my god, they got to take him out the game. I hope he's not
They're gonna
still
take him
playing.
out the
No, he's not.
They need to take him out the season.
They
For
ejected
real.
him. No, he's
They're
not in
talking
the
about
game.
Rudolph, the quarterback.
Oh yeah, he need to go to the tent.
Oh, concussion. Yeah, concussion protocol.
He shouldn't. I don't know if he's still in the game because I'm not watching.
No, the game's over. The game's over.
Oh, it's over. Oh.
Yeah, the game's over.
Yeah, he should have went to the
Browns
tent
won.
directly after that. That's
Browns
crazy.
Won.
Oh
They
my
won
God.
21 to. Dude, Rudolph had 4 interceptions that game. Jesus Christ. That's
Ooh.
why he was frustrated. He had 4 interceptions.
Yo, this is insane.
This is nuts, man.
Oh
All
my
right, well,
God.
that wraps it up for this one here, guys. Don't hit people over the head with helmets, please. Try not to do that. Pokemon's out, so I think I'll be back with the Pokemon stream in just a bit. All right, guys? So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, and we'll see you guys in just a bit. All right? We'll see you guys for just a bit. I'm going to change up layouts, and then we're going to go straight into the Pokemon stream, so don't go anywhere. All right, guys.
Astral Chain Gang, peace.
What's up? Star Wars reviews? What are they talking about?
Are the reviews out?
Because they're not out yet.